Okay. Well, speaking of which, speaking of characters, the only free session talk that I wanted to have is super quick. Learning your characters, keeping up with the abilities. You guys have been leveling up super fast. And so being able to keep up with your guys' abilities, the verbiage of them, like as in some of your guys' reaction triggers that you guys may or may not have, the way that your abilities actually work as opposed to what the first paragraph says, and then not the second paragraph that gives you the stipulations of spells that you guys have. With this new set of levels and shit, you guys may actually have like a whole new level of spells now, like 4th level spells and shit like that, which again, first paragraph always says the good stuff. Bad stuff is on the second paragraph, so don't forget that. It'll help ease some frustration, and it'll help ease like the slowing of the game if you guys know. Also things like having exhaustion, you guys rolling on your own with disadvantage, like keeping up with your own stuff, concentration, shit like that. I will assist as best I can to remind you when you have these things that will affect your rolls. But ultimately, I have to keep in mind all the other NPCs and everything else going on. It would be a big help for you guys to remember those like conditions and shit. So, whoa, goals. We should start with Bruno Mars.
Yes.
Hey, do you I know we went over the goals and did the XP and whatnot. Did you add or change any from last session?
I did not. I don't believe so. Let me just refresh it. Yeah, I don't remember changing anything yet.
Sick. Alrighty then.
Yeah, same ones.
Kyle, Mr. Ducey.
I only replaced one because I only completed one.
Okay.
So the only new one I have is Stay Out of Trouble. Otherwise, my session goals are use Smith tools, acquired quests, help townsfolk, stay out of trouble.
All right.
And then my shorts are the same: complete a quest and spread my new order. My personal goals are still get my tenant powers back, remove mysterious exhaustion, and my big grand goal is still reveal the experiences with the rest of the order.
Nice. Big grand goal being like a personal or like?
Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna change that now. Though I guess because my new, well, should I change it? It's still kind of a goal. I still want to do that, but I'll leave that alone until it gets anywhere close to being done.
Okay. You're nowhere. Okay.
Because my next long-term goal is creating my own order.
Right. All right. Which your session goal of spreading the word?
Yeah, it's just spreading. Short term, spreading the word.
Okay, so short term spreading the word, and then did I hear you say that you have 4 of the session goals now? So stay out of trouble, help around the town.
3 of them are old, like they've been there.
Okay.
Use Smith tools, acquire quest, help townsfolk, stay out of trouble.
Gotcha.
I think it's 3 max though, right?
That's what we were talking about. That's why I brought it up.
I can take away acquire quests because we kind of have quests.
Oh yeah. All right. Then Kaioken, Mr. Dan.
I didn't complete any goals, so I'm keeping the same ones: cook/obtain cooking ingredients, help the party, bond with Jelly Belly.
Dope. All right. Therai. What's up, Josh?
I completed settle on a job this week, as well as I will help to make sure Deus survives this ordeal as best I can.
Sick.
The replacement session goals are leave town and avoid anything that could get Deus to the dock side. Just because I figure as Therai, that is the most likely place where he will be harmed.
Just keep Deus away from dockside.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck. Good luck doing that. So, what about Keksi?
I'm wondering if you're gonna forget me.
Who are you?
And you can't be any geek off the street.
Why are you in my house?
You gotta be handy with the steel.
You know what I mean?
So, what is word? Did any of your goals change from last time?
No, I haven't changed anything.
All right.
Is one of your goals every session making everyone use their inspiration?
I mean, you should, because we're
Yeah.
so close to leveling up again, motherfuckers.
I don't know. Last time I had inspiration, it saved my ass.
I do agree that with us going out on this new venture, at least someone having one inspiration is a good idea, just in case. But also, I really want to fucking level up.
Hold on. I was saying that was my reasoning last time.
No, I
I
heard Amanda
know.
say it, and it was Amanda's idea.
I mean, it was totally my idea. Bruno,
We had
shut
to
up.
beat Bruno for not doing it.
I am tired of this.
Look,
of this
Bruno, if you don't want to,
Bruno,
play,
you
you
don't
don't
have
have to. Yeah. I'm just kidding.
This is bullshit.
None of my
Bruno's
things
just like, you know what?
have changed. I still need to talk about what I witnessed while I died. I completed the start a quest one. I got to research hags. I need to do more research on the Black Veil versus the Arcane Eye, because I don't know why no one else is so fucking, like, no one else is concerned the fact that there was an Arcane Eye and a Black Veil person together when they're not supposed to like each other. No one else was like, bing bong, this is a big thing. So I was like, I'm like, come on, people, fucking wake up.
Wake up, sheeple.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I don't know if this is gonna happen, but if we were to find out more about Mori, that's something that I'm very just interested in, just in the lore of him. So, yeah.
All right. That sounds like you've got priorities and you've got things that you want to have happen. Good luck. So, that's going to end the goals segment as usual. And now we're going to dive right into the recap. And this time, we're going to take it back. We're going to do a little bit of a throwback. I want you guys to tell me what happened last session. You guys pick one person and they can tell me what happened.
Kyle.
I can do the front half. I was actually thinking about this. Okay, so first thing that happened was Deus was sent to jail with present. Hang on.
Yeah, present like gifts.
Hang on, calm down. Look at my notes.
Death. You know, it's interesting.
Present.
All of a sudden,
investigator.
all of my enemies are going to start doing 6d10 psychic damage.
Alright, so Present's the investigator. He, after we had a little discussion, and he seemed to taking
What are
pity on me or
Present's
something like that.
What are Presence's 3 things that he cares about?
What the fuck? Are we testing each other on this shit?
All I need is a recap. All I need is a recap.
Thank you. So he had to let me go, with the warning. He doesn't want to see me again. And keep my nose clean. I came back. During this, the rest of the party, they ran into, I think, the dwarves or the Dwagar, and at I think in an inn or a bar, and I know Kaioken realized that they were Dwagar, and so they started kind of a beef there that no one really rolled well on. I think it was just confrontational. They kind of said, meet us outside, Clark Park, 6 o'clock.
We were already outside.
Oh, well, they pretty much said to go to that Fight Club place.
What?
No.
Right? Wasn't
Nope.
No.
Pass the torch, Dan.
WWE slap hands. Whoopsh. So after Deus and Presence got done talking, and Presence let him go in order to let him make his own decisions, essentially, we approached the Duergar with a very bad plan, and we did not get much information out of them, but they did invite us to go fight with them at the Iron Golem as they disappeared. And then while that happened, Deus ran into
a black
Gerald.
girl with white Arcane Eye, Gerald, and a blue-skinned sweaty guy from Black Veil. They gave me a warning. about using magic, and then Gerald tried to hex me or some shit.
Really?
Or he did, and I either repelled it or I made it not as bad or something. He did something. I don't know if it landed or not, but yeah. And then he ran into you guys, right? Or those three ran into you guys afterwards.
Yeah. So then, as we were trying to talk about what had happened with the Duergar and if they were still around, Keksi opened her mouth and spoke. I didn't write down something about being stagnant, and I tried to speak, and it was something about just we started saying the exact same things that they told you, and then they had they'd apparated onto the cart, and I had a short conversation within my mind palace with
There he goes.
No.
All right, pass the torch.
All right, Josh, you're up.
All right, so
He's itching.
I'm sitting here like, yes. So after the confrontation with the Dwargar, the three that Deus met with the party, already in an agitated mood. That the party then began to try and speak to the three. The three that when the party spoke, each member though began speaking in someone else's voice, speaking on words of wisdom. Therai, now in pissy bitch edgy mode, decided, you're all gonna fucking die. And vengeance, I am the night. And got turned into a rat. And ate some bread. And it was some tasty ass fucking bread too. Mm-hmm. The party continued to deal with the three, but the three after, no, I believe it was after Therai got turned into a rat. They just, peace, out. Smoke bomb, out of there. And then after that, Des met up with the party. Therai, as a rat, ran into a kitchen and tried to nibble on some food. Got chased by a cat. Almost died, but didn't. And as he's trying to escape the area, he became a full-grown Therai again. Now, not bitchy, edgy, pissy mode. I don't know.
I'm glad you call it that, so I don't feel bad when I call it that.
Yeah, I figured if I own it, then everyone else is like.
Then it takes the edge off.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's not so edgy anymore.
Okay, so you guys met back up, and then what happened? Let's pass the torch.
We had another short discussion about what we should do since we were so close to the Arcane Eye Tower. We decided to go there to talk to Grimtooth. The door opened as we walked towards it. Olaf was there to greet us in the like mudroom type area with the detect magic lights, and said we didn't have anything new. Absalom gave us the bag of holding and told us to take the things out of it before the bag of holding ceases to be a bag of holding. And then we inquired about what happened to Xixis. He didn't elaborate much on what happened to Xixis, just that he has been expelled from the Soul Gem. And then Grimtooth came down, told us to do the job that like he wasn't going to tell us much until we agreed to it, and then held personed us, and then put a force cage around us. And he showed me my wife and child. Kaioken was really confused about how, like, he was just confused how he was doing that when he thought Black Veil were the people responsible for their indenture. Is that the right word? It feels right. Their capture, whatever. He made it apparent that it wasn't just a trick, and pulled my wife out again and gave her a good slug to the face. And then pretty much told us to take Olaf and go because he was annoying to be around for Grimtooth. And Olaf deflated a little bit from that.
I think we definitely got a good insight to actually Olaf's like
Yeah,
rank within the Arcane Eye.
right. And he did apologize for what Kaioken is going through, and that he seemed honest about not being cool with it or not knowing and not being like pumped on it. That's kind of the feeling I got from it. But and then I think we ended right.
Well,
I asked him his skill set, like what sort of things does he do, and he said, "I make the boom boom, baby," or something like that.
A little flame. But what was the okay, so details on our actual mission. We're supposed to go to the witch and get the, was it compound stone? What was it? Impound stone?
Okay, so
Impale?
Endunced crystal.
It's called an endowance crystal.
Endowance crystal. That's what it was. Okay. That's what
And it was to go to the blasted hollow, travel the woad, and find the witch, who will give you that. And by that time, you'll know what to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Sweet. So that is the recap for that. So we are going to pick it up right where we leave off. You guys all sort of fall onto your asses as you are magically ejected from the Arcane Eye Tower, and you guys have your little encounter where you guys are kind of like checking on people. People are sympathizing or empathizing with Kaioken. He looks to Olaf, and Olaf says, "Oh, I make the boom boom happen," as he makes a little prestidigitation flame and burns it out immediately. That's where we're gonna start. You guys are all outside, all together, finally. Well, what do we do, everybody? What's the go?
Let's split up.
Yep.
No.
Just kidding.
I need 5 people to go 5 different directions, and then we'll all meet back here.
Shopping session. We do need to figure out if we need anything before we go on the road, though.
I think we're ready to go, besides any specialty items we would need.
Olaf, do you need anything for the travel? We have a cart and a tent, a 2-person tent, and some extra smaller things. Does he have like a backpack on him, or is he just kind of...
Yeah, he's got a little knapsack.
Okay. Do you need any components or any comforts or anything?
Baby, I keep myself nice and tight. I got everything I need.
Tight.
Tight.
So are we like leaving today, or?
You guys tell me. He said he didn't have a time limit, but Big Man's family over there might be kind of...
If we're leaving the town, I need to inform that investigator.
That's a good idea. He got really mad last time we didn't tell him what we were doing, like when we weren't going to be where we were supposed to go. So
Olaf,
maybe...
do you know how to send a message, like the spell message? That would really
I'm
freak him out.
I'm not casting any magic inside of the city. You guys are a good example of why you should not do that. But I guess that's the way that one goes.
We're not too far from where the interrogation place started. We're like a 30-minute walk, right?
You'd like a 5-minute walk.
5-minute walk.
Yeah, let's do that right now.
Let's all hold hands.
Yep.
Buddy system, we're not splitting up.
Everyone hold on to this piece of rope.
Yeah.
Everyone has a partner, correct?
So, at this point in time, Timekeeper, you have encountered another anomaly. As you come out, it is now 8:30.
Oh. Okay.
What feels like it only took maybe 20 minutes tops has apparently taken several hours.
Olaf, it seems like every time we go in there and then come out, time has like gone by really fast. Is that like what's that about? I've heard of Fae stuff that's similar, but
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a demi-plane issue. Well, how do I put this simply? You can only travel so fast, right? But if you take a piece of paper and you fold it on itself, it creates 2 points. It allows you to not have to move so far, but to move, really far at the same time without going through the same amount of time. Something like that.
I think I just had felt psychic damage in my brain.
That's called an epiphany.
Oh.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Well,
Too many syllables. Ouch.
On our way to go give this message to Investigator Presence, is there like the armor shop along the way? I just need to pick up some scale mail.
yeah.
Or is that too far?
Oh,
out of the
you
way?
guys go ahead.
When we get to I got an idea. Here, I put my backpack on the ground and take the bag of holding and put it inside of the backpack, so it doesn't look like I'm just pulling stuff out of nothingness.
Nice.
And I reach around and actually I just think about the things that I remember were in there, which is one of them's that spiked chainmail. Ouch! Oh, found it, and then pull it out. And I don't know, this isn't scale mail, but we do have it. It looks like if anything gets near you while you're wearing it, it hurts them. So that could be useful.
I will hold on to it, but I have a feeling I might need scale mail in the future.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I mean, whoa, weird. I don't know. Yeah, well, if you want this, you can have it, or we can just sell it. But hey, remember, the Duergar are... Hey, Olaf, do you want to get into a little fist fight? Or, beat some Duergar that are pretending to be dwarves? Okay, fill me in first. Our
boy,
Duergar,
you are all over the place, aren't you?
it's been a very strange last 2 days, and I'm in mourning, like triple mourning at this point. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. But are Duergar and dwarves friendly with each other? Has there been some rekindling of the dwarven culture with their long lost relatives?
I mean,
I've
I'm
never seen a dwarf or this Duergar.
I mean, I've seen a Duergar just a little bit ago. My first time.
Yep.
seems like you guys got this all buttoned up then. I'm glad that I am a satyr woman and a blind knight who casts magic, allegedly. And he air quotes, allegedly.
I'm gonna put my hand on
Cast
the shoulder.
magic.
I cast magic, and I own that now.
I'm not magical at all. Other than just being what I am, I guess would be considered magical, but I'm not magical.
I'm gonna put my hand on her shoulder. We're all magical. The power comes from inside of us, not the gods.
Oh, God.
We have the most powerful magic of all.
We're walking as we're
Friendship.
talking.
Actually,
Yes.
I have chronergy, which is time magic is the most powerful.
I heard that was the second best, but
Yeah, only for
I heard the
pussies.
first is love.
subjective. Yeah, love and family.
No, that is obviously
Oh,
wrong.
look, here's Iron
The most-
Golem.
The most
Oh,
powerful
my
magic
goodness.
is French.
Okay, so, I'm not much in a fist fight, if that's what you're asking. You look and he's this is 110-pound, old man. He's just wearing robes. He's I'm kind of a wizard. So, in a fist fight, I'm not really gonna be all that great, but, I mean, I can try. I've never seen a dwarf before. I heard that they were trolling around the city and trying to get adventurers, but I'm not like a 200-year-old or 500-year-old or another 200-year-old being from before times. I was born 60 years ago, 70 years ago or so. So... You tell
recommend the
me,
latter.
ancient men of excessive wisdom and pirate.
What's he talking about?
Well, Deus, in case you didn't notice, your friend Kaioken here, the big gray man, well, never mind. That's probably something between you guys. I probably shouldn't spill the beans on all that.
We'll,
I've been meaning
talk
to,
about it on the road.
I have been meaning to ask while we're walking. They keep calling you.
Where are we
Kaioken.
walking to? Are we just aimlessly wandering, or?
I thought we were gonna just do a.
at the Iron Golem.
No, we were gonna do a quick walk over to Presence's office.
Yeah.
So Deus can let him know that we're leaving, and then we were gonna go wherever.
I almost got you. The ADHD almost set in, and you almost got. No, I'm kidding.
I'm like corralling everybody into the direction. This way, everybody.
I want to go to the smithy.
The Japanese tourist lady hat. All right, if you'll enter the building now.
All right, so, Jesus fucking Christ. So you guys make your way. I mean, you literally from the Arcane Eye, you can see the guard tower where you know Presence's office is located. You guys can just take a nice little gander up there. As soon as you get up there, Deus, you would remember that Presence said he was starting a second shift when you guys were at the jailhouse. Whether or not that means that he has gotten back to the guard tower or not, you guys look around. He's not currently there, but there are several just guards.
I'm gonna walk up to, I guess, the closest guard, or at least the guard that doesn't look like he's busy.
Yeah, most of them don't look like they're busy. Most of them are just bums.
Excuse me, do you happen to know where Investigator Presence is?
Yeah, he's starting a second shift. We all start at the jailhouse where we get our debriefing, and then we all kind of filter to our respective precincts. So he's probably, actually, he would have stopped by now. I mean, he started his shift like 3 hours ago. Huh.
So wait, he should be here and he's not. Has he ever been this late before?
I mean, then normally, at the very least, he like comes to the precinct and then starts like going through his whatever. He has like a whole ritual that he always does, and then he goes out and does his investigator thing. But I didn't even notice until just now. He's not here.
He seems like a very punctual man.
He's very, very, very about his order.
Do you think maybe something's wrong? Maybe you guys should maybe investigate.
I mean, he's a cop. He's an investigator, and he's the best, like literally the best investigator. He points over to like, there's like a placard on his desk. It just says like investigator of the year or whatever, right? He's like, he is the best at what he does. It'd be really odd for somebody to want to attack him, or for there to be any reason.
Wouldn't they want to attack him because he's so good?
That's how good he is. Most criminals, unless they're like, unless there's a level of criminality that like surpasses, most criminals just stay away from Presence.
He was investigating a cult.
He was investigating. Oh yeah, the dockside. What were they? They were like zealots or some shit like that.
Cannibalistic cult, yeah.
Yeah. They were talking about eating their sacred one or something. Yeah. I mean, maybe. Standard protocol, if someone doesn't show up for 24 hours, and that's like if anybody doesn't show up for 24 hours, then we get worried. But like,
he's like, what, 180, maybe 205 tops? I mean, it would only take like an hour, maybe 2 hours to eat him.
Do you even know who you're talking about? He's a yoke, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, none of you guys have actually ever asked what he looks like. He was actually super built. I mean, think like Chris Redfield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the dude was just fucking like, but he also wore like city clothes, like a bespoke, not like a bespoke hat, like a fucking like a what's that fucking, like a peak coat, like a leather under like vest, like he wore like layers and shit, so it just sort of made his frame look kind of wide, but yeah, he was not no fucking spring chicken.
Does he also go, "You were almost a Jill sandwich"?
Well,
I hate you.
I know that's not Chris.
So you said he starts his day somewhere and then gets over here, right?
We all do. Yeah, we all start our shifts
know-
at.
Do you know if he started his shift?
Well, considering that he ended his shift here,
Yes.
and he ended his shift very late, he had to start his second shift immediately rolling into it. So, wait. You see, he looks at you really hard. He goes, "Weren't you the guy that he was walking to the jailhouse before he started his second shift?" He's like, "Yeah, I was standing right over there looking out. You're the blind knight that he's been..." Huh.
No. I mean, yes, but he never put me in jail. He just... That's why I know as much as I know, is he told me what he's going to do.
Well, why do you care?
I care. I mean, I'm in trouble because I care.
Weird.
So maybe could you pass a message on to him when you see him?
Oh, yes,
Deus
that would be
pulls
easy
out-
enough.
Pulls out his pen and one of his new parchments of paper. On it, he writes, dear investigator presence, I stopped by to let you know, that we need to exit town for a quick quest, that we will be re-entering town, hopefully, if I don't die. Just kind of a very brief
Right.
rundown.
Okay.
And then he seals it. I guess I don't have anything to seal it, but he just kind of
Folds
it right for detective presence, hands it to the guard. If he does show up, could you please give him this from me?
It's like, I'll just put it on his desk. He like walks over, just like places it on his desk, goes, "There you go, safe as it'll be."
Two seconds
Okay.
where they are, just
All right. Okay, thank you. Bye.
You're welcome.
He comes over like, oh, I feel like something's wrong.
Who's got a higher passive than higher passive perception than a 15?
I do.
Okay.
Kaioken.
ooh.
Okay. Who else? No. Okay. Just Kaioken. Okay. Kaioken, as you guys are like leaving, you would hear him go, "Seems kind of high profile just to let him walk." That's what the guy says as you guys are like, but he doesn't say it with any like, "Get him, suspicious." He's just like, "That's weird." As you guys leave, and then you guys are going to head to the Iron Golem.
Okay, everyone. We need a code word for when things go down, if they go down. They might not even be in there.
We say
but-
these are going down.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Why don't
They'll
we
never
just
see
say
it coming.
timber?
Timber.
Yes, like
Oh, I've heard
Oh,
John
you
say
guys are making this
shiver
real hard on me.
timbers a bunch. That would
So-
he would
Uh,
Oh,
say
that is no context.
I have never said that at all when I was sober.
Yeah, he says it all the time when he's drunk.
I say a lot of things when
Yeah,
I'm
So-
shiver me timbers.
okay, so you
Heave
guys.
up the plate.
No, we can. So you guys want to go to the Iron Golem. That's where we're going.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
All right.
We all know we're probably going to get into a fight. Most likely could get into a fight. That's all I'm trying to like. Okay. As long
Yeah,
as
you
everyone
guys-
wants to-
I mean,
we've warned a
That's the
lot.
only reason why I would see we'd be going there.
all right. So
I'm with that.
let's see who's leading the charge.
Oh, dibs.
I'm gonna be right there too,
I think
Okay.
John wants a part of that little pie.
especially with how aggressive Keksi was during the confrontation, or trying to repress
Okay.
her aggression.
How about this? Dan, go ahead and roll me a D100 in D&D Beyond, please, if you could.
Oh boy.
D&D Beyond.
Yes. That
I'm
way
here-
the overlay also gets it.
I'm here to chew some
60.
bubble gum and kick some ass, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
All right.
These
Yeah, right.
dice are nuts, dude. What are these?
So the Rime of the Frost Maiden dice. So, you guys make your way there. It ends up taking you about a half hour. So, it takes you about a half hour. You arrive to the outside of the Iron Golem. And you see that the, I don't know if you remember, you don't actually enter the Iron Golem. You walk up to the front desk because this thing is kind of igloo shaped. It almost looks like a giant smithy. Like, it's supposed to replicate like a Skyrim smithy. And then like the front opening is the opening to the building where you approach the front counter. Now, last time you guys had gone there, when you guys had given Jeremy Jordan a mental breakdown by confusing him so much, you had he had put up this almost like a fence board. Like if you can imagine, I'm just gonna draw this out for you guys on what do you call it, on Roll20. If you can imagine what I am about to be drawing as soon as I get to Doodlepad. Hiya. There we go. If you guys can imagine something akin to, if in the bottom left-hand corner, if this is the entrance, not the entrance, the service desk. You guys seeing this? Bottom left? Drawing a shape?
Yes. Yes.
Right. So if this is like a desk, and then here's like the outside of the shop, he put up a big fence board fill to fill the inside of this. And so it looks like a bunch of fence boards that he just put up, and it says closed painted across the front of it. So as you guys approach, that's what you see.
Yep. Guess we'll have to find another shop in this big town.
This is where we
Well-
get armor, right?
I think there's other places. This was like the middle of the ground place from what Therai was telling us. I think there's a cheaper place, and I think there's a more expensive place.
This was the expensive place.
Oh,
This
never
was the
mind. We're
place
at
where you guys could go to get things commissioned, but they would definitely haggle. But you guys were also, at the time, only looking for places that would buy your armor and weapons. You weren't looking for what is an armory or a smithy.
Therai, where else can I get like some scale mail around this bitch?
Where else would Therai know to get, and I quote, scale mail around this bit?
Right. So you
Is
could
there
go
any
to
scale mail around any dog? I would like to know.
Oh, you could go down to the Salted Anchor down by Dockside, or you could go to Hammer and Clang.
I think it might be best if we go to Hammer and Clang.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to ever go back down to Dockside ever again.
Why?
As I look over at Deus.
Yeah, I think at the same time, like as Keksi is asking, he like Therai is like, here's the two options. I think it's best if we go to Hammer and Clang, as he just stares at Deus.
Well, you guys are the worst group of adventurers that I've ever seen. If you go down to the bazaar, you can get shit for like a quarter of the price, and that's not even haggling. Like, it's cheap as shit down there. I don't understand why you would want to go to like. You're in the expensive part of town. Like, I get it, you're rich or whatever, but like.
No, it is not that we are rich. It is that we are going to avoid any more fighting or any more magic being cast.
Well, okay, hold on.
Only two
You're
rules
telling me
of
that you
nature.
came over here to find the dwarves to fight them, but you want to avoid fighting.
That is true.
You're the worst wise man I have ever seen.
Keksi whispers to everyone, should we like come up with a code word for magic?
I usually use the term magic.
What about Fabucket?
Why do we need a different word for magic?
Here.
Just because it's taboo and people
Well,
don't.
I'll show you. Ready?
Test it.
And Olaf calls out, "Hey everybody! I'm casting magic." And you would noticeably see. You would noticeably see like people just like roll their eyes and fucking whatever and just keep walking by.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I am a great and powerful wizard. Wow, they had no
Hey,
response.
roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, he's gonna murder everyone off. People start stumbling
Hey,
off.
Pretty good. -2, 13.
You get like a couple walks by, they go, that's pretty good, and they like toss some copper at your feet, and then they walk off. Like, wow.
Hold on. John wants a piece of that action. He kind of sees everyone. He's like, oh, that sounds fun. And kind of goes on going, I can make your dick huge with my great wizard powers.
All right, go ahead and roll me a deception.
Let's see.
Should have had Kaioken do a performance check, but
Still good.
Damn it.
Ooh.
you see one like
Maybe just think they're
kind
so
of
good.
middle-aged man walk up and just go, "Why do you lie?" And then he just walks off.
How much copper's on the ground?
John just goes like,
It's like 3 copper.
I regret that one.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
I think I broke that, man.
But just so you know, Josh, that is not Anthony trying to force you. It is Olaf being reasonable.
No, yeah. No. I knew that as soon as I chose that goal, that there would now be cool. I'm not only going to highlight some more things that happen in
No.
the dark side.
No, that's not what it is. I told you the same shit at the beginning when you guys first got in here. Dockside is where you get cheap shit because it's all imported.
Group vote. Who wants to go to dangerous dockside, or who wants to stay in the expensive area?
Dockside, boo. Expensive area, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good idea for me to go into dockside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Therai's gonna turn around to face the entire.
I would like to see my friend Brenna again, though.
Ah,
Oh,
Brenna's here.
Didn't you say he's doing well? Like you gave him a bunch of money and then he found a job.
He's working at a blacksmith.
Oh, let's go to him. I want to give him money.
I gave him a lot, I guess.
I mean, I want to give him business. Is what I mean. I want to exchange goods.
All right, let's head to Brenna.
Brenna.
Where
So
is he?
that's the question.
I know I was there before. I'm sure I
Nope.
can find.
You ran into him on the street as he was coming out of a clothing store, and he was like, he just did this. He was like, yeah, the guy over here. If you want to look for him, you can. That's fine.
I know the clothing store I downed him at.
Guys, we are totally embarrassing ourselves in front of Olaf. Can we just figure this out?
This is great. I mean, boy, you guys are really confused about what you want.
It's a big city, all right.
What was Therai gonna say? You said that Therai turns to the rest of the party.
It is not mentioning magic that is taboo. It is performing.
Yeah.
If you had never seen a crossbow in your life, and then something just flew by your head, would you not be utterly terrified of it as well?
No. As Keksi
Okay,
starts
well,
walking
please
in some
don't
random
whatever.
direction. Where are we going? I need scale mail.
Okay, so Keksi's gonna
Bazaar.
separate from the rest of the group.
No, the bazaar's at the the
What did I
bazaar.
say?
It's at the dark side.
Oh, I
The
forgot
dark,
that
the
already.
dark side.
The dark side.
Okay, then I need alcohol, and then I need to go to bed, and then we need to leave.
I just want to grab some scale mail real quick. What time is it? It's like 5 o'clock.
It's
like
8:30, 9
I just like go up to a person on the street and like, I need scale mail.
Where's the scale wheel? Ah!
Okay, let's just go to the elephant man. He was really cool. He's got great stories.
Does he have scale mail there?
He has a general shop where you
Awesome,
guys
let's
can.
go there.
Okay.
All right.
Deus starts heading in the direction of the shop. the last.
Okay, so Deus is gonna leave the rest of the party and he's gonna go back to the clothing shop while everybody else goes to Hammer and Clang.
Okay, bye,
Or
Deus.
what is happening?
Deus. See you later, buddy.
Sorry.
You didn't
The Rye is going to follow Deus.
No, I'm going with
Deus
them.
is actually separating.
I was writing up a speech. Sorry.
Okay, so
Hear ye, henceforth, I shall
we're
be
all
known-
going to Hammer and Clang.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So as
Literally
we
took 15.
Have we been to Hammer and Clang with
Dave.
Pirate Man?
Oh no.
you have not.
Oh.
So
Keksi kind of elbows, cause Kaioken's been there and had a conversation with him.
Yep. What's up?
I'm just gonna assume that this is as you guys are walking to the Hammer
Yeah,
and Clang.
as we're walking walk it like you tuck it, like you tuck it. Yeah. I just Keksi kind of like elbows. Kaioken was like, "Do you think that he's going to recognize John?"
Oh yeah. I'll stay outside with John.
No, bring him in. I want to hear the
Oh.
conversation.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
I'm more curious. I love stories. Stories are big in the Fae, whether they're true or not.
When you say
It's-
stories, do you mean drama?
Oh, I think.
I mean, it depends on who's telling the story. And
Do I overhear any of that conversation by chance?
You're hearing all of this, dude. You're right with them.
Okay, so I go like, "Oh, you want to hear a story?" There was one time I successfully tricked the big man into fucking a headless dragon.
Yep. I thought I would get wings, and I did not.
And then John kind of just starts like, just that cracking up, and you're kind of just losing control of his laughter, and he just keeps laughing for a bit.
Kyle, I want you to know you did this.
Keksi
Yep.
looks at Kaioken and questions who he is as a person.
Yep. I was easily manipulated in my youth. It has changed me for the better.
Keksi now sees Kaioken no longer as a beacon of hope, but as
Right?
another degenerate that surrounds
So-
her.
You all approach the Hammer and Clang. The plain, like,
I wrote down his name. Was it?
Girdle steel belt.
Yeah, I know I wrote it down. Just.
The
All
note
right.
keeper knows all.
Yep, girl still built elephant at Hammer and Clang. Story about the before.
as you guys enter in, there's the man himself. He is sitting up. He's actually like polishing some sort of like small baubles. He's got like basically like a little jewelry box full of like just stuff that he's like polishing up. And you look up and he's like, "Oh, hello. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. Hey everyone, how's it going?"
It's going good. I'm hoping you have more stories for us as we shop. I just have to pick up scale mail, so it has to be a short story, but I want to
Yes.
hear more.
Well, what do you want to hear? As he goes, he like comes from around the counter and he starts walking over to one of the aisles and he looks through and it's kind of like imagine like a big wooden crate just full of like articles of clothing and armor. Just like leather, no, yep, chain, yeah, scale mail. And then here's the bracers, here's the skirt, here's the, and he walks it over and starts folding it up. It's like, what do you want to know?
Well, I guess do you know a lot about the Black Veil and the Arcane Eye?
I mean, I was here when both of them kind of set up shop, but I don't really have much in the way of local politics. But I mean, like I said, I was here. That was a pretty dark time.
Yeah, I totally get it. What about, have you heard of someone named Mori?
He thinks and he's like, Mori. So that name sounds super familiar.
Maybe someone that
I think he had
does...
red hair, shorter red hair.
Like, you know, a story of someone who comes in, does smithing work for free, and
Oh, that's right. Jeremy was complaining about him about 6 months ago. He caught a man. He didn't describe him as red hair. He described him as, if I remember correctly, like kind of scraggly, short, scraggly black hair with like a kind of tight beard. But he would just come in and the weirdest thing, he would just like sell people stuff at cost, I guess. And he had been doing it for several months, and he'd found the receipts and his books all made up, but he wasn't making a profit, and so he snuck in after closing up shop, and I guess he gave Maury what for. Other than that, I haven't really heard any other stories about him, but again, I pretty much just stay here. Like, I don't really like keep my ear to the ground anymore. I'm not the type anymore.
I see.
But most transients that come around usually come from dockside. There's a couple of community houses that are there. They house people, or you could probably check some of the local churches. They usually put people up if they're of a religious bend.
I see.
If it were me, that's where I would look, but again, I don't really.
Do you have like a favorite story or like fairy tale that you cling to?
Roll me a D100. Somebody look up scale mail.
Rolling.
Scam
John,
AC 14.
50
give me the
gold.
50 gold. Okay.
Oh, you went the price.
46.
Did John Ryder and Kaioken actually stay out, or did you all go in?
No, I would have gone in.
I'm pretty sure I would have gone into.
Okay.
Everybody.
Would you roll a 46?
46.
Okay. So, he kind of thinks, he goes, let's see. Fairy tales. Yeah, I could tell you a couple of fairy tales. Well, I could tell you one in particular. Did you ever hear the one about King Oberon when he visited the material plane?
No.
So, Keksi, this would kind of perk up to you because King
Yes.
Oberon is the leader of the Summer Court. He goes, well, legend has it that the last time that King Oberon had visited the material plane, we had a heat wave for 6 months.
Like, and resulting of him showing up?
It actually was it was kind of what marked his arrival, is that our summer had lasted 6 months as opposed to the usual 3 to 4.
Oh.
And in that time, we had a huge spree of wildfires break out. It had cleared out the roaming territories of a Tabaxi tribe.
Whoa.
And legend has it that one of them had made a deal with the devil. But nobody knows how the story ended.
Did you ever, like, see King Oberon? Like, is he as good looking in person as everyone says?
I have no idea.
Oh. I like that story.
Yeah, that's a good story.
How much was the scale mail?
50 gold.
50 gold. I'm gonna give you 52 because I enjoy your stories all the time.
My goodness,
Girdle.
you guys are generous.
Girdle, I've got a question for you about dwarves and Duergar. You're familiar with the difference, right?
Oh yeah.
Is
Duergar,
there-
nasty little fuckers.
Yeah, nasty, gross, stinky, dusty fucks. Is
They're
there a
angry
reason-
slavers, but all right.
Yeah, so there was a couple of Duergar claiming to be dwarfs.
Get the fuck
Dwarven.
out of here.
Yeah, yep.
The
Did we ever
dwarves
get
were
a
actually
pamphlet? Like,
Duergar?
No. They were saying that they were dwarves, but I don't remember dwarves looking. I've never met a Duergar.
the
but
dwarves
I'm
that were in
positive.
town. I had
Yeah.
heard about them. You know, I don't really go anywhere. I don't when you go
So there-
places, you tend to get drawn into stuff, you know. So
Yeah.
I just kind of listen
Yeah,
sometimes.
That's smart. I tried to do that, and then, long story. So, is anything happened in the last, I don't know, 100 years where dwarves and Duergar are now friendly with each other?
I can't imagine that there would have been. I
'Cause
mean,
these
you're
dwarves
talking
are-
mortal enemies. There's not a whole
Yeah.
lot that can get mortal enemies to be friendly with each other.
I just thought maybe there was something that maybe they,
Well,
because they say that they're claiming that their mountain home, I can't remember the mountain's name, but that mountain is theirs. When I remember it, I heard stories about it being not theirs, not there.
give me a deception check.
Okay. Like that was a real life. Whoopsie.
Yeah. that was
10.
good. Ooh.
I'm gonna need a deception check from Kaioken and John Ryder.
Again, 2 of them.
Yes,
Another
one from both of you guys now.
Wait, you wanted me to do it twice, correct?
No, now I need
Oh,
one from
okay.
John Ryder. I mean, the 6, yes, the second time. So the first one was from your just now verbal fuck up, and then the second one is from you guys both being together. As he kind of, you see his big ass fucking head come in, and he goes. You see, he kind of like rolls up his sleeves a little bit, and he crosses his arms, and he goes. You know, you guys look a spitting image of 2 members of the Breakers of the Legion.
You know what, Girdle? I like you.
John, kind of like right when he says that long pause, John just goes, "My name is Jeff. I am a member of this party. No relation to this person you speak of."
No, this guy's been a real one, man. I'm gonna level with you. I am Kaioken, the Corpse Flower Keeper, the Black Dragon's Bane, the Apex Guardian of Acerin, the Dragon Queen Godslayer, and the Brawn of the Breakers of the Legion.
Wow, you're a pretentious one, big man.
My culture is
I'm
all about
surprised
titles.
I didn't hear
I can see that.
Dragon Head Fucker in there
I had
somewhere.
Black
Um,
Dragon's Bane.
Yeah, but that's
So-
kind of bland.
Keep in mind, John is a kind of a little like annoyed over all those titles. Like, the fuck? I'm here with one title and give yourself 6? Fuck you.
You
I
did some stuff. Just think about it.
Yeah, but I don't go bragging about all of them.
I'll help you. But
I
So
am
look,
going to
we're
hold
on a
on.
very important
Hold
quest.
on. Hold on to your butts.
do I get inspiration for that? Was that cool to anyone
Give
but
me
me?
1 sec.
I thought
Yeah,
it
you
was
can go
fucking
ahead
awesome.
and give yourself inspiration for that. That was pretty sweet.
I'm fishing for it. I got it.
Piece of shit with your cool titles.
I've been thinking about that since
Okay.
the start of the game.
John, what's your AC?
My AC?
Fuck.
Yeah.
17.
Okay, so a 26 hits, right?
Oh, God.
As Kaioken, I need you to make me not Deus. Actually, yeah, Deus, Therai, Kaioken, everybody who isn't John, make me a perception check.
Okay.
Um,
Damn.
okay.
Can I use my passive?
No.
Damn it.
All right.
I got a 12.
So 12. Yeah, you still got higher than everybody else. So,
Oh, wow.
so now, Kaioken, I need you to make me a religion check at advantage, please.
Okay. 17 natural 20!
Okay.
Ooh, the natural 20 is cool.
John Ryder, you are going to take 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
God.
And Kaioken, you immediately recognize a tattoo on the arm of this man in the form of the symbol of Bahamut. as Girdle Steelbelt, faster than anything his size should ever have any reason to be, lunges over the counter and slugs John Ryder right in the face as he goes, "You son of a bitch, you killed him!" And he's going to begin. I assume we should just roll initiative, because he is going to go after John Ryder
So
with
John
extreme prejudice.
Kind of go, "Yarg! Yarg!"
Ball up, ball up, ball up.
Yeah, so
yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to do something. I'm gonna try and restrain him and talk him down, like grapple him and try and.
right.
Come on, relax.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and roll initiative. I'm gonna drop a little bit of a fucking map.
Not the combat we
as
thought we'd
as
get.
as a paladin of Bahamut witnesses the actual fucking return of the killer of one of the two greatest heroes to live.
Oh fuck.
Let's see here.
Where's my initiative? There it is.
This is going to be super rough hewn, but you guys will understand. It's enough to.
I
Yeah.
would just like to say, as this is all happening, I have procured my scale mail. I am not putting it on, but it is in my possession, in case we have
You
to
can start
flee
putting
here
it on if you
quickly.
want.
Well, I mean, I just didn't know if that would be okay, and I
Yeah.
just don't want us to like in a tizzy leave, and then I forgot my scale mail, you know.
Mhm.
The joke being that it will take you what 10 minutes to put it on. Okay, all right. Let me do.
Oh,
Okay.
Olaf doing?
Olaf is actually not in this fucking store. He did not go in with you guys. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and chicka. We're gonna do this since I didn't have this thing fucking ready. I'm gonna roll in init, and that's going to pop up in roll 20. Somebody be ready to take this initiative down.
Yep.
Looks like we are starting off with Therai, followed by Kaioken.
Is anyone seeing this on
Roll 20.
Roll 20?
I'm looking right at it.
I see the stuff that you've drawn.
Yeah, it's like a whole bunch of symbols.
Yep, I see
Yeah,
it.
these are the things that we found.
There it is.
There we go.
So,
Okay, Therai, Kaioken.
Therai, Kaioken, Ryder, Keksi, Deus, and then Girdle Steelbelt.
Oh shit.
So he goes last. He rolled a 2. So, yeah, let's give me 2 more shakes of my tail, please, and stop. And this might get loud. Okay. Yeah, I guess not that loud. All right. So, Therai, you are up first.
I'm going to, if I can, try and separate both John Ryder and the captain and hurdy-gurdy Steelbelt.
All right. How are you going to do that?
Uh,
Are you gonna try to push them or what?
Are they
Like
standing or
you're
just-
in actual combat, so now we're going into mechanics, not Jesus Christ. This is loud. Yeah, so we're in actual mechanics now. So if you're gonna try to shove, you can shove one or the other with a contested athletics check.
He would shove John then.
All right, then in that case, go ahead, John Ryder and Therai, please go ahead and both give me a wow, why am I encoding all of a sudden? It's sucking dick.
Keo can remember that as long as we're within 15 feet of each other, we get a +2 to our AC.
Got it.
I mean, I don't plan on like fighting, but if
It's a cool picture. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight.
Each other.
I can understand why he's pissed off. So
Yeah. He's huge.
Okay. So who's got those checks? I see no checks made. Okay, one check made. Mr. Ryder, sir, go ahead and roll me an athletics check unless you want to just take getting shoved. Also keep in mind, Therai, you are currently, if you're looking at that map, you are kind of behind them. So you're gonna pretty much just be pushing Ryder this way. Is like your only bet.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, unless John, unless you're going to resist it, or I mean, unless you're not going to resist it, go ahead and roll me an athletics check, and
Got
beat
it.
an 11.
Good to know. Hey.
Okay, so your shove is ineffective as you go to push him. He kind of like kneels back, or leans back against you. So that is your action there, Therai. What's you got a bonus? Also, make me a wisdom saving throw, as this has now become a stressful moment for Therai where there could be bloodshed. In fact, there already has been a bit.
Oh.
Okay.
Here comes the edgy boy.
So now, as you hear the drippy hand start seeping through its wraps.
contain your drips, Therai.
I can't hold all this drip.
Bonus action. What do you got? Let's do this. Yeah, Spirit Guardian.
Calm yourselves before I destroy this place.
That doesn't sound like evil Therai. I'm kidding.
All right, go eat his fucking dick, asshole.
Hey, you're the one that said. Okay, so no bonus action. Are you done? Are you gonna move?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Next up, who's next? Kaioken?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and let's see. There's a way we can move through our parties like stuff. So if I went like, oh shit, pretty much just like this way, would I be
Sure.
able to try to grapple him? And yeah, I'm trying to restrain him essentially with a grapple to get him from not hitting John.
Okay, so let's see. Get him into a grapple, and then I feel like that's something else to try to restrain him other than just squeezing on him. But
Yeah, it would just be a grapple, and then he would have the restrained condition.
Yeah, because it's athletics versus athletics.
Yeah.
to grapple somebody, right? Yeah. But
Yeah,
restraining
to
them,
grapple-
but restraining them is a
Trying to make
different.
them have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Is that
Well,
just
if
from
I-
grappling?
Sorry, if I remember right, to restrain someone, so it's athletics versus athletics. If you win, then they're grappled, which gives them the restrained status.
Maybe look it up and be certain, because I think that's the opposite. I think that you can grapple someone without restraining them, but I don't think that you can
no,
restrain someone without
Anthony's
grappling
right.
them.
There's two different ones. Restraining is like when you're tying their hands up and stuff.
That was what I thought, is like manacles or rope or like
yeah,
this just reduces his movement speed to 0, I believe.
Yeah, and it does not give disadvantage on.
But
I
you
don't wanna
could
show him.
stop him by
Yeah,
grappling him.
I'm just trying to get him to stop, and while I'm trying to do that, Girdle, calm down. I know he killed Sunax. He's gonna repent for his sins. I'll make sure of it. Please stop. Contain yourself.
Okay, hit me with that athletics.
I would like to rage
Bonus action
And-
rage.
and then advantage on athletics.
The notion of Kaioken raging and then
Calm
reasoning with
down.
him. Yeah.
Everybody,
Be reasonable.
Two 23s.
All right.
And then
he
should I
is-
do persuasion also?
Hold on.
Or intimidation?
So he rolls a 19. So you have successfully grappled him. Now go ahead and roll me that persuasion.
8. Shit.
Okay. This all could have been avoided. And he is going to, like, you can feel him, like, trying to squeeze out of it. And he is larger than you, right?
Yeah, I'm
Is there a thing about grappling a creature that's larger than you?
I
Can
count
I-
as once I was larger.
For carrying capacity, not for anything else, I don't think.
the target or grapple must be
Push
no
pull.
more than one size larger than you.
Okay, good. Then you're good. But definitely check on what your powerful build feature is all about, because I think that's only for the purposes of dragging and carrying. But that being said, you do grapple him, so that's good. And then that's your bonus action, so that's the end of your turn.
Yes.
Alrighty then. In that case, who's up next? That is what, Ryder or Keksi? One of the two. I can't
It
remember.
is John. Yes.
All right, John, you've got this guy who is grappled in front of you. He just fucking swung over this fucking thing and slugged you right in the face, and you see he's got very extreme anger inside of his face.
Okay, quick question. Talking. Is talking in action? I can't remember if it was or not.
No.
Okay.
As long as it's
so-
not super long-winded. If it's super long-winded, then it'll count as your action. But
Talk in 6 seconds.
Okay, so I'm okay with this being my action because here's a little storytelling for you kids. So after he takes the hay, he kind of does that old, just kind of cleans up whatever there was there. Then he looks at him, and then he starts monologuing, right? You blame me for killing him. Don't blame me for killing him. If he was so great, why didn't he kill me? He was in my way, so I fucking killed him. He was weaker, so I won. That's the game, you know it.
that's what you say?
That's what I say.
Okay. Do you want to take an action?
I'm not gonna choose to fight. If anything, I think I'm gonna prepare something.
Good time to get up, Dan.
That was the wrong thing to say. He
You could
didn't mean
do-
it, Girdle. He's drunk.
You could do like disengage or ready
start
in
running.
action or
Yeah.
something.
Let's see, spellcasting. Can I use it to infuse an item?
No, that takes an hour after your long rest. If you look
Okay,
at infusing an
thank
item.
you. I'm looking at it. Yeah.
You were right about powerful build, by the way. It has nothing to do with.
There's not a whole lot of things that allow you to just simply count as one
Yeah.
size larger, like completely.
Just saying, if you're not trying to attack or further the altercation, disengage would be good. He doesn't get an
Or
opportunity
dodge.
attack on you. Yeah.
I also have second wind. Would that work?
That just gives you
Second wind
health.
just gives you HP.
Yeah. So I did lose some HP recently.
I would
If you
hold
wanted
on
to do
it.
that,
Hold off on it.
Yeah. I mean, 'cause
or
Well, what are you
don't
trying
listen
to,
to no.
Yeah.
what are you
just-
trying
just-
to accomplish?
I'm gonna take the advice.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the advice. I'm just gonna hold off and just disengage for now.
Perfect. You can move. So,
So-
move your-
just so you know, disengaging means that he can't take any opportunity attacks, which only happen when you move away. If you wanted to dodge, it would give all attacks on you until the start of your next turn, disadvantage,
Okay.
which would be better if you're not going to move. Only take
Yeah.
disengage if you're going to move and don't want to be hit.
I'll move. I'll be right here. It's gonna take a few steps back.
That's
Perfect.
10 feet back.
It's a
then
few
This
steps.
is-
Let me have
this
mine,
time.
okay?
Right here. South of the map is exit.
Where's the door?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So like.
Nice. Look at that. So you've used 10 feet
Okay.
of movement.
And then you can end your turn there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Who's next? Keksi?
Me. I have no idea. I don't want to attack him, so.
A rampaging elephant man has just jumped over the counter and slugged John. John just said the most vile shit back to him while Kaioken's holding him back. What is Keksi going to do? All right. What do you got?
I want to at least do something. I don't want to attack him, but I do want to use my ability. What is it? It's like know your enemy or whatever.
Okay.
You spend at least 1 minute outside of combat with somebody. You tell me.
Right. There's like 5 different things that that I can tell you
I don't.
in comparison to you if you go to class
Here
feature,
it is. If you spend at least 1 minute observing or interacting with some creature outside of combat,
which you've already done.
blah 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 blah, you can learn certain information capabilities compared to your own. The DM tells you the creature is equal, superior, or inferior in regard to 2 of the following characteristics of your choice. I mean, it's up to you what you want to do. It's
You
either-
tell me which 2 of those you want, and I'll tell you.
I want total class levels.
Greater than you.
Oh, okay. And I'm gonna go with strength score. Mine?
What's your strength score?
Hold on. +5.
Equal to you.
And then that is going to.
Okay. So next up is going to be Deus.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh,
I'm so
hold on.
sorry. I'm going to step in the way of the path.
Okay. So
And I'm done.
Deus.
Okay, so Deus is gonna do a little Arnold the Aardvark fist squeeze. He's gonna walk up to the paladin and say, "Look, me and you."
Paladin.
Hey, so he's a paladin.
Who?
Did I
Who
get that
said
wrong?
who's a paladin?
I did say that out of character, but yes.
Oh,
He is a
so that
paladin.
character.
Oh, okay. I missed that completely. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you, Kyle.
Fuck. So he walks up to the store owner. Look, we aren't so different, you and I. You have lost your god. I too have lost my god. The one who I dedicated my life and my powers to. I know it's a hard thing, but you have to know.
Just be aware, if you're going to be doing an entire monologue in this, that it will take
I'm
your
trying
whole
to
action.
persuade,
It'll
or deception, or whatever you want.
okay. No, all right. Keep
I'm trying to
keep
get him
going.
to calm down.
Right. Keep going.
Trying to
though.
relate.
Sorry.
I don't plan on using an action besides this
Okay.
talk.
Then yeah. Just so long as you're aware that that'll be your action. Go ahead.
Yeah, my sword is still in my shield and everything. Fuck. We both have lost the god that gave us our strength and our powers. You must know, though, that from what I've heard of these stories, that group had no choice. It was either them or the dragon. And they won. And if anything, that dragon did respect strength. And we all know that if anything, they just sent her back home. You know that your god is still out there, wounded. And I'm sure she would rather take her revenge than make you do it.
Bahamut is different than Tiamat. He's got a Bahamut tattoo.
But also Deus wouldn't have seen that. But you keep saying what you're saying.
Yeah, you fuckers. Every time I get rolling, you fuckers talk.
I mean, to be fair, you're using incorrect information, but I get the gist of what you're saying is you're trying to sympathize with him, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. No persuasion check necessary. Because he'll look at you and he will go, fight the greater evil. No mercy for the wicked by any means necessary. Restitution is mine. You can make me a religion check if you want to.
That sounds like his tenants.
Yeah, you can make me
let's see.
Actually, everybody can make me a religion check if they would like to. Bing, bing, bling, 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 bling.
Religion is not for me.
I have no diplomacy.
Is Dan frozen for everybody else? I know he can hear me right now,
No,
but Dan, you're
it's real
frozen.
sassy.
Yeah, he does look really.
Sassy.
There it is. He's a little bit back now.
Oh man.
Question.
You look like this.
Yeah, you were like,
I have a
Okay.
question. I have a question because I think I may have
What's up?
been incorrect. When I was talking to the guy,
Right.
is this about Sun Axe?
This is about Sun Axe.
Okay, good. I'm not wrong. I
Okay.
don't take back what I said.
So, not that you would have been able to now, but so Deus and Therai, you two would vaguely recognize very common tenets for Oath of Vengeance paladins.
Shit.
As he looks to you and he goes, the gods? You think the gods who left are the ones who give us these powers? You are wrong. Do you want to do a bonus action? I was there when magic fell. I helped build this city back up, arm in arm with Sun Axe. What do you want to do for a bonus?
Can I try to intimidate? Or if not, then nothing.
What do you want to do to intimidate?
I want to stress that he does not want to do this in town, or else he's just going to lose his life with them. Like, you're going down. Like, don't do this here.
So you're gonna tell him that they'll kill him?
Someone will.
Like, I mean, intimidation means that you're trying to scare him, right?
I'm trying to scare him with death. Like,
So what do you say?
You know you'll die here if you fight in this town.
Kelvin Sun Axe didn't fight in this town, and he died anyways.
I mean, I'm not saying it's the only way he'll die. But yeah, that's all I had. So,
All right.
and I'm just going to back. I guess I'm just going to back up.
Kaioken, just so you know, bro, all your friends are all backing off. just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
All right. Who's
Yeah,
up?
I did fuck up. I thought he was talking about Tiamat. If it's
Who's up
Bahamut,
next?
I mean, he's 100% right. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's on him.
it's Girdle's turn now.
He
Okay.
should not have said who he was.
don't think John actually did say who he was.
I know I did. This is
No,
kinda my fault.
Kaioken said who he was, and John Ryder, the pirate, who there's only, I mean, you guys know that Girdle Steelbelt remembers who John Ryder was.
Yeah.
And
He's
it
the one
wasn't
that
until
told
you
us.
put him in that train of thought by saying who you were that he looked to the party, realized who he was.
Yeah.
The rest is history.
Yeah, Kaioken, the fuck?
I said we should have waited on the porch.
Okay.
If it's anyone's fault, it's Amanda's fault. 'Cause she
So-
got
yes,
into it.
yes, yes, it is.
Yes,
All right, let's just
She
keep going.
wanted this.
The mastermind.
John
Those are my
Ryder,
boy
I
when it
need you
fucks
to
up.
make me a charisma saving throw.
Ooh. Comes a smite, boy.
Yeah, not likely.
Wait, who's gonna roll?
You.
Oh shit, charisma saving throw. Do it. Wow, that's not bad.
I think it's 20.
20.
Really nice. Now, I want you to roll again and take the lower. As you hear him go, you're not getting away, as he casts silvery barbs.
Can I attempt to talk to him?
Nope.
What?
Reroll your charisma save.
16.
John Ryder disappears.
Oh no.
Ah, you can't.
John-
John, you do have inspiration.
You want to reroll? You want to burn it and reroll?
Yeah, but I have disadvantage. Like I have very, very, very bad odds. Ooh, I don't think it would be
It's
worth
up to
it.
you. You just
I know, I
teleported
know.
somewhere.
Maybe I teleport to Shambhala. I don't fucking know.
So, funny enough, actually, so you're there, you hear all of this going on, and then blackness. You're standing in a black space that you can't see around you. You can kind of try to feel your way around, and you'll realize that you're in about a 15 by 15 foot room that you can't see anything. Back in the battlefield, you guys all hear him go, looks like the stronger won. Let me go, and you can leave with your lives.
If I can, I'd let him go. I'm like, oh, where'd John go? Hey,
So that's the end of his
listen.
turn, so back up at the top. Therai. It's
think
evil
it would be-
Therai now. God damn
It's
it.
you.
No, you have to take damage first.
What?
Or you have to get out of the situation. But the situation, according to Evil Therai, has worsened.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you make complex characters like that. Just be simple like me. I am very simple.
This
All
is
right.
still your fault though.
Let's see what happens. Evil Therai, you have just watched one of your companions disappear, and you have heard a potential proclamation of victory from this elephant being who is currently being held by Kaioken. But Kaioken looks like he's not sure anymore. What are you going to do? Clock is ticking.
The Rye is going to stare this elephant man in the eyes as he lifts up his right palm, his right arm, his right hand, and goes,
Come on, spit it out.
"If it is strength, if it is the will of strength, then your death will mean plenty." As he cast spiritual weapon summoning a giant black scythe. Akin to the one the party would have seen him at the end of last campaign with.
Where would you like to summon this? You can summon it anywhere that you can see within 60 feet. Do you want to summon it right next to him, behind him, to the side of him? Are you going to attack Kaioken, Keksi? What do you want to do?
I want it right in front of him.
All right.
This could be your last moment.
Are you going to attack him with it?
You know what? Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an attack. Oh yeah, that hits. Roll me the damage.
Out of here, dice roll.
Okay, you deal 10 points of damage to him. As the spiritual scythe comes up and goes to reap the crop of blood that has been sown on this day. Or whatever super edgy thing is about to happen.
Blood for the blood god.
All right. Next up. Oh, unless you have a movement that you want to make or anything like that?
Therai is going to move right behind the scythe.
All right. So, next up, Kaioken. You just watched John Ryder disappear, a potential proclamation of victory from Girdle Steelbelt. Therai then moved in with his Violance and attacked. And what's up? You're muted.
Perchance, does Girdle have to make a concentration check?
Ah, it isn't a yes, he does. All right. And 23 beats it.
So I'm gonna thinking that I'm like letting go of him at this point where the spectral scythe just fucking almost slices my arm. I'm gonna turn to Therai, move forward 10 feet, and then pull out Earthen Rage and Turok's Blade and attack action for Earthen Rage. Then,
are you attacking Therai, or are you attacking? Okay.
Damn it, Therai, stop! So the only one that hits is the bludgeoning weapon. So I'm gonna try and I don't know if he's spell casting with his hands or something, but I want to try and smash his hands. Like, snap out of it! We're not trying to get into a fight. So I'm gonna hurt you.
Roll that fucking damage, my guy.
If I read this correctly with these rolls, if I roll, hi.
You will accept our peaceful ways by 4.
Never mind. It's only on a critical. I can continue rolling if I get the max damage rolls. Never mind. So 1d4 plus 5 come to you. Is 7, 8, 9. Because I'm raging. So 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Make me that wisdom saving throw, Therai. And also give yourself 9 points of bludgeoning damage. All right, you snap out of it back to healing, Therai. As your arms, as you're doing this whole thing, and your arms just go, and they get knocked down by this massive, brutal club. And that's the end of your turn? Or do you have a bonus action? What do you want to do, Kaioken?
That was my bonus action to 2-weapon fighting.
Oh, gotcha. Right. Okay, cool.
I'm done.
So you've let him go. Who is next? Is that going to be Keksi?
John.
Okay. Well, let me see. I don't think that you can continuously save from this. Let me see. Nope. Hey, John, what do you want to do? You're inside of here. This sort of demi-plane, potentially. This black room. Just hanging out. You want to take an action inside of there or anything, or? You're muted.
I know.
There you go.
I'm gonna assume that this is one of those things where time moves a lot faster than what it is, or yada 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 yada. I guess I mean most of my skills, abilities, and stuff take upward an hour. I mean, I can attempt to do any of those, but
You have any spells that you've prepared that you can like cast on yourself while you're in here or anything like that, or
well, what's her name? I guess I can go ahead and cast. No. John's honestly gonna kind of
shields a
like take this
reaction
as,
anyways.
yeah. John's kind of like take this as a loss, going like, well, I'm stuck here. I can prepare however I want, but there's always going to be a good chance where this is it.
Okay. Cool beans. Well, in that case, that's the end of your turn. Who's next? Keksi?
Yes.
Okay, then we are just going to take a little bit of a break because she is feeding the baby. As we dive back into this combat, Keksi, you have just watched Therai attack Girdle Steelbelt, and then Kaioken attack Therai and knock him back to his senses after John Ryder just went and disappeared. What would
so
you
John
like to do?
Ryder's still gone.
Yes.
I don't know what to do. Where did you send him?
To the darkest pit that is not death, that I can possibly muster.
What is the resolution in this?
I want restitution. I want him to pay for killing one of the greatest men to live in our era.
Does that restitution have to be blood?
Like in kind.
Wouldn't it be better if he used his abilities to better the world as he did before?
That's what I wanted.
I will give him the same chance to do so that he gave Kelvin Sunax. Which is to say, no chance at all. Besides the legacy that he has already left up to this point. I'm sorry, man. He's a vengeance paladin. Vengeance is on his mind.
I know.
Wake up in the morning, I got vengeance on my mind. But there is that. What would you like to do for your action? And or bonus action? You want to shield warrior bash him?
No, I don't want to attack him at all.
I like Girdle.
I as like Keksi would understand why he's upset. Like it makes sense. You know what I mean?
Especially after that vile shit? Yeah, makes sense to me too.
Like I don't want to attack him.
You don't have to.
Who am I gonna attack?
You can end your turn.
Yeah.
Or you
I'm
can
gonna-
hold your attack for when John Ryder comes back and attack him.
No, I'm not gonna attack John Ryder either. I am gonna end my turn there.
Okay, who is that? Deus now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Deus is gonna move, I guess, where the spiritual weapon is.
You cannot.
Oh. Here?
Sure.
I mean, do I know that Therai's cool?
Looking at Therai, I can only assume, what does Therai look like as he has come back to his senses of this? Did I skip Therai's turn?
No.
Oh,
Therai's
that's
turn-
right. That's right. He went first in
Therai's
rotation.
Turn
Right.
was still evil, Therai. I mean, if you hadn't noticed him go, no, because you didn't see him go angry yesterday, and I don't think that you were
I
having.
mean,
a close
you
look
do
at
have
his
that
eye.
visual cue of his
Yeah, like, I don't think I
of
know
his
that he goes
bands
crazy.
going. Yeah, but you did see him. So what you would have seen is him suddenly become incredibly aggressive.
Yes, I noticed that.
And then he attacked, and then Kaioken attacked him back. Would Therai have that look of like a, oh shit, that was close, or something like that on his face, or would he just be completely stoic, or would he still be
No, I
like?
think Therai at this point would be slouched in disappointment in himself.
So you would see him being kind of melancholy.
Okay.
There is no
Does-
aggression in his pose.
Last thing. So I take my turn. Does the elephant look pissed off at Therai?
The elephant looks like he is waiting, but he looks like he is angry waiting, if that makes any sense. He doesn't look like he is targeting any one person here.
All right, this doesn't hurt anyone. I'm just gonna look at Therai, and you're gonna hear him do the echoey voice as he says "flee," and he uses command on Therai. You have to beat a Wisdom 17.
Okay.
Well, it all does make you run away. So. I crushed it.
All right.
Then you're just gonna look back at the shopkeeper. I can't remember his fucking name. Girdle. There must be something that we can trade or do. It can't just be life for life.
Tell me. And he's not calm. He is just bubbling under the surface. As he goes, you have witnessed your friends die before. How did that make you feel?
Sad.
And you did not want repayment? You did not want vengeance for your friends? Ever? You've never wanted that?
I understand the sentiment, but I was never trained to have wants of my own. But I get what you're saying, and it's extremely hard for me to ask of you to be this bigger person.
Here's the problem, young one. You have not lived long enough to see everything you know and loved ripped from your hands. You only know the world as it is, not as it was. And when the man who was attempting to rebuild it was obliterated not 5 feet from you, you don't think that is going to have a lasting impression?
But when does it end, Girdle?
It ends when the killer of my friend is dead.
What about his friends? What if they come and kill you, and then your friends kill them, and it ends and keeps going and going till everyone in this world is dead?
Then hopefully someone will get peace.
There'd be no peace. It'd be someone who has peace over the skeletons of this planet. Realm?
Plane.
Yeah.
We need someone to end it. Now, I'm not saying you don't get anything, and I'm not saying that you're in the wrong. But what if this pirate that has done such bad ends up being someone that helps save this world? Even for what he did to your friend, he did help in banishing Tiamat. That has to mean something. Don't answer me now. Everything's on fire, and I know everyone's emotions are high. Just think about it, and please don't make any rash decisions with his life. We're going to leave, as he kind of like looks at his friends, and come back later, and hopefully we can figure out another way to resolve this.
Are you going to use your movement to start leaving?
I am going to use my movement to leave his range.
Leave his range, but not his shop.
And I'm just saying, like, I just left this range, so opportunity attack. If he doesn't, I'm gonna keep going. Oh wait, hang on. What did I use? I used 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
The exit is to the south, just so you know.
Oh, son of a bitch.
That's what that door is.
No. 5, 10, 15, 20.
So weird it goes halfway in between the squares.
Seriously, it is the most bizarre thing. So that's where you're going?
I'm backing up. Use full movement to start leaving.
So the rest of you guys would see this as Deus says what he says, and he begins to start leaving. Next up is
Girdle.
Girdle, right? Let's see. He's going to use 10 feet of his...
Don't use Guardian. Don't use...
He's going to use 10 feet of his movement to hop back over. He has left Kaioken's attack range if you want to make an opportunity attack.
I turned my back on him to deal with Therai.
I want him to go back in shopkeep mode, like the shopkeep music comes on everything.
Oh, he just fucking Skyrim just, all right, goodbye. He goes, if the rest of you feel this way, then leave. As you see, he has now drawn a longsword. And he just kind of... It looks actually super plain. It's got like notches, not like notches that are carved, but it looks like nicks and shit in the blade. It looks all like fucking super old, but it's got just like a super regular wood handle tang, and he kind of like sticks it in the ground, and he's like, puts his hands on the pommel, and he goes, "This is the only warning you get. Leave." And he's going to end his turn.
Therai's turn now.
Yeah, sorry.
Is going to in a moment of anguish wave
Will you mute that?
Right hand over around the scythe as it changes into a white book before he grips the spine of it and closes it.
Sick.
The spiritual weapon disappearing. And as he leaves, he says, "I know this vengeance. You carry a burden heavier than any weight of any mountain. That said, vengeance is not something that stops. It is not a process that can be understood, nor that can be flowed with. Once it begins, only death and blood follow, until only one stands. I hope your path does not lead to this." As he walks out as well.
All right. Kaioken.
Oh, he's got chocolate bars right here. I'm gonna use 10 feet of movement to kind of face off with them. I am going to subtle spell cast enhance ability Eagle Splendor on myself, so I have advantage on charisma
Is the
checks.
cast time of that only one action?
Yes.
Okay.
So marked off meta magic and Girdle. Listen, I need John to fix the world. I will make him repent for what he has done. But you need to trust me, the brawn of the breakers, that I have your interests at heart. I am just as shocked hearing about Kelvin. He was a good man, and I'm sorry for your loss. But would you take a word, the word? Would you take my word? And then I guess that's it. I can't really think of anything else.
Go ahead and give me that persuasion check at advantage, right? So I assume that this means that your rage has dropped also, because
Yes.
there was a whole
Yeah.
thing that you didn't.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Okay.
15.
He looks at you and he goes, "Whatever is left of your friend, you can have. On my word."
He's gonna turn him into a newt.
That is as much of a guarantee as we had.
Counter offer. Can I watch?
Kaioken, while you were encased in stone, the world fell apart, crying for heroes. They got heroes, and then those heroes were taken from the world. And then decades passed. You might be lost in nostalgia, seeing your old companion. I do not have the same pleasure. The only thing that I get to see is the recurring memories of Kelvin exploding over and over and over for decades. I do not have the ability to forget. Therefore, I do not have the ability to forgive.
But we want the same things, Girdle. We want the old ways.
You
John's-
want the old ways. I want a better way. And you do not get that with this one. You get explosions. You get chaos. You get fleeing from a city, traveling for days, being jailed, and conscription. He has outlived his welcome long enough.
So could I watch?
Get out.
Fine. I think I can only move here, actually.
That sounds about right. Keksi.
You have two less AC.
Oh no! I'm not gonna attack. I'm still like looking at him and
He's not looking at you, by the way.
I know.
He's doing like the 1,000-yard stare towards the door.
You believe in magic. And there are greater powers. What if we could bring him back? What if John could right his wrongs and we could bring him back? If he was capable, with Kaioken and the rest of their party at the time, to defeat a goddess, Tiamat, would it be unthinkable that they could also find a way to bring someone back?
Read some big ass checks there.
Give me persuasion with advantage.
Okay, good, because I'm really bad at persuasion. I cannot talk to people very well.
Maybe Girdle knows that Kaioken brought back 2 different civilizations.
Ah,
I don't know what that was, but
okay, come on. I need a good one here. Oh no, yeah, no.
I would like to use my inspiration for her role. I clicked it. Do
Okay,
it again.
okay. 13.
It is better.
It is better, yeah, it is.
I will not guarantee that your friend's mouth will not be receiving the blade. What I will guarantee is that if you all get out and give me a moment to talk with the killer of my brother in arms, I will give him one opportunity on that stipulation alone. That's all he says.
Keksi bows in agreement. I find that to be more than fair. And she backs away.
Okay. So, you guys are going to end combat.
Yep.
Let's do this real fast.
Where was my fucking crit when I needed it?
I know, right? Okay, it's not this happy of music that's supposed to be happening. So I assume that you all leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would probably just be waiting out on the porch or
Sure.
across the
Ears
street.
pressed.
Yeah. Yeah, very trying to look through the window.
Okay. So, John Ryder,
yes.
you're hanging out in this place.
Question.
Yes.
To John, as he was stuck there, how long has it felt like? Like, you know how you can kind of like assume like, oh, it feels like it's been an
It hasn't
hour.
even felt like it feels like it's been like 30 seconds or so.
Okay.
Right. 40 seconds or so now as you find yourself standing. You're looking this way. To your left side is suddenly this massive hulking elephant man holding a sword, and you see this sword is now glowing with a purple glow. And where you come back, this sword is right at your neck.
So like right here, right?
No, in front of your neck.
Oh, okay.
Like,
So like that.
yeah, like he's got it right there.
Yeah. Okay.
As he goes, as you come back, he says, "Your friends have made bargains on your behalf. They seem to think you worthy of life. But the venom that has just left your mouth a moment ago would dictate that you wish a test to see who is better. What shall it be, John? Would you like to see if survival of the strongest is still the way of the world? Or would you rather change your ways, as your friends seem to think you are capable of?" What do you say back?
Okay.
What does John Ryder say back?
Okay. So while John comes back, sword right here, kind of, he says what he says, and then John kind of just like still looking straight on, looking at him, kind of gives a weird, sad smirk, and from there he says, "Yeah. For what it's worth, I am sorry for what I said. I didn't mean the whole thing. I guess it was just a reminder that of the choices that I made. Everyone around me telling me that they were wrong, but I didn't want to accept that I was wrong, or that I was doing wrong. I guess I think I'm finally accepting that I am tired of it all." And he reaches towards his jacket. He grabs the hand mirror, and he kind of not throws it, but kind of drops it where it's out of his hand and onto the floor. Does a thing happen? I'm assuming because it's no longer my possession, I turn into what I actually look like. Yep.
Yeah. So as you take out your hand mirror, it's in the box, right? You open the box up.
Yep.
And you can, without even looking at him, you can feel his head look down, because it's just this massive. As you turn it just ever so slightly, you can see his reflection, and he has these white glowing eyes that have almost flame coming out of them. And what he sees in the reflection, you see him start. It actually kind of makes him jump. And you drop it to the ground, and your visage becomes this undead creature. You're currently your true self.
I also like to point out it's not just like the skin and everything, like it's the clothes. Like
Right,
everything is just dead.
Everything immediately becomes Barbosa from fucking Pirates. All of your belongings seem to instantaneously age to tattered rags on you, and your skin becomes this almost like mummified paper thin, the patches that are still there. Your wispy beard and everything turns back into this like white, barely clinging on to patches. Your missing teeth and eye, like everything that is you is now this undead, skeletal, mummified pirate. And
Go ahead.
he looks and he goes, "Whether hubris or desperation, whatever deal you have made certainly is more torture than what you are going to put your party through."
It's life for me. Oh, I thought that's what I wanted all these years. To you all admit, and to you alone, I truly regret taking that man's life. I still remember that day. We were minding our own business. I was seeking something more than what life was offering me. And then I hear my first mate just shout, "There he is, Sunax." And then I see him just standing there minding his own fucking business. And all these thoughts just swirling in my head. If I take him out, will I become the most feared man this world has to offer? Well, the rest you know. And I truly do regret it, because from there, everything went to shit. The only reason why I'm telling you this is I actually do care for the big man. He's a better friend to me than I deserve. I wish to help him. I wish to be somewhat of a useful tool to him. And I give you my word, whatever is left of it. Once it's done, you can kill me. Whatever is left is to kill, as you can see. It kind of does like the presentation, like there's nothing left. There's no scan. He's dead.
Correct yourself. Do what you need to do to right your wrongs. Make sure that Keksi lives up to her end of the bargain. And I'll grant you your requiem.
He picks up the mirror, puts it back in the box, turns back into what he is.
Yep.
Deal.
So, the rest of you see John Ryder leave.
I have another question. I was trying to still be like eavesdroppy, looking through the mirror or the windows if there was windows. Is there any chance I heard any of that or no?
It'll be a hard one because it's at the other end, but make me a perception check.
Okay.
Can I have a mind their own business?
18.
You hear some of it. You don't see anything as far as John. You don't hear anything about John, but you definitely hear things from Girdle's side because he is a big man with a booming voice who is pointing your direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you would hear words that he says. But the words that John say, as he's like, he already was mentioning it was in confidence, turned towards him, lowered volume. You don't hear any of that.
Okay, got it.
So you all arrive on the outside, and just as John shuts the door, you would hear, "Come on back for more story time next time."
John,
Keksi is like just
got your
shocked.
head.
Wait.
Yeah.
Who says that?
I don't really want to go back there.
Girdle.
Okay.
Keksi looks at John. We have more things that we need to accomplish now. Greater things than what I thought I had to do that now I'm a part of. So be ready.
He kind of looks to her. He does the wink, but it's not the kind of wink that he did before. It's more like kind of like a. And then he looks at Kaioken like, "Big man, think we need to have a talk, just you and me for a bit."
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Where's Olaf?
You guys don't see Olaf.
Uh-oh, we lost one. Fuck. All right, well, I think he knows we're staying at the Adamantine Anvil. Does anyone need anything else? It's like 9:30. I really want to get some sleep.
Yeah.
And then I think we should leave in the morning to
Yes.
the place to
That
do the
sounds.
thing.
That sounds correct.
We still have another night that I paid for
Yeah.
at the Adamantine Anvil, so
And we're all hungry and thirsty.
So
No.
hungry.
no, I refuse. No, just kidding. I'm not hungry. I don't want
reject your
ration.
reality and substitute my own.
All right, so you guys are gonna go to the adamantine anvil.
Yes.
Is everyone cool with
keeping
that?
a head on the
Okay, cool.
swivel for Olaf if we see him anywhere. Maybe he's at a
Yes.
different shop.
All right. So, you guys start making your way towards there. Who is heading up this time?
I think Therai, because he knows the city the best, and while we're walking,
He is the guide, yeah.
I would go up to Therai and be like, "Hey, I'm really sorry I hit you, but man, that he's like a really nice old tree, and like I just don't like seeing old nice things destroyed, especially trees."
Yeah, you gotta learn when to calm down.
Yeah, what's going on? Your arm gets all icky, like really yucky, gross. Why does it do that? Do you have any idea? And it's only sometimes. You sound completely different. Are you aware of this?
We speak in the bedroom. I have words to share.
You
with one
sound
specifically.
Is your icky
Say we
arm
speak
leaving a
in the bedroom?
trail?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, let's talk in the bedroom.
Therai, go ahead and roll me a D100.
What does that mean?
Oh, hey, look, it's another bag. We'll leave it here for the guy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're not getting the bag.
No, that's fine.
Wasn't that like
I'd
the
rather-
second 63? Didn't?
No, it was the 64 earlier.
Oh, okay.
It
Okay,
was the
so
Nintendo 64 earlier.
Ooh.
you guys make your way to the adamantine anvil rather rapidly. When you get there, you see the doorway with the rules on it, like right next to it, and then just to the side of that, this big massive hole from where Therai went sailing through the wall when he was doing his rat boy thing. As you all approach,
Bye.
would you like to go through the door or go through the hole?
Let's go through the door.
All right, as you guys go through the door, Ban Andar the Third calls out as he's on step. He's like, welcome, adventure. Hello. You feeling hungry, wise man?
When he says that, John is gonna look extremely confused because you'll see John look at the hole, look at the guy, look at him staring at him, going, "Is he talking to you? Did you make that hole?"
So as you guys remember, you were walking to the adamantine anvil when you saw Therai come sailing through the wall. And then you guys went, hey, how about we go visit the Arcane Eye?
Oh, okay. So we did see that.
Keksi like
Therai-
shoves her hands in her pockets frantically.
Ryan is going to put his last 10 silver on the counter and go, unbeknownst forces took hold of me. I do not know what happened.
Ban goes like, I mean, you really only ate like 3 coppers worth of meat. I don't need 10 silver, but thank you.
It is not for the meat. It is for the hole.
I wouldn't worry about that too much. It happens more often than you might think.
You know that is
All
not
I needed was an apology. Come on, this is the adamantine anvil. You think I'd be staying in business if every person that was trying to steal food and cause a ruckus that I accidentally threw through the wall because I have terrible aim? Do you think I'd be in business if I wasn't able to repair this stuff and keep a cool head? Come on.
the
How many
Is his
years
hand, like-
worth of doing that do you think you've had?
millions.
It's a really weird question. I mean, I myself am a spry 37 years old.
Is his hand like held out, like open or no?
For what? To receive or just for?
Yeah. For, to
No.
receive food.
No.
Can Therai grip his hand?
If you want to like go in for like a handshake or something, he'll reciprocate, sure.
Yeah, Therai will scoop up the 10 silver and then give him a handshake.
And palm it to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
acts of evil, acts of good must also be done.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you want to do an act of good, the wood will be here in the morning if you want to just help me patch this up. I don't need payment. Just help me fix the wall and you'll be fine.
I need not rest. I will be up one day.
All right. Well then, I will see you in the morning. But would you guys like some food to pay
Yes.
for?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Food
Okay.
and drinks for them.
All right.
Lots of drinks. I don't drink,
Lots of
but I
drinks.
think everyone else does.
He goes, "Oh, wait a
Oh
minute.
no, I can drink.
Oh, wait a minute. That's right. Second story balcony. Just take a left when you get up out the stairs, and that little dude from the, those mystics. He's already up there. He's
Perfect.
he's got drinks,
Oh,
but I'll
awesome.
send one of the waiters up for some food.
Okay.
Are there other people in the establishment?
This place is packed.
It's an adamantine anvil. It's
It
always
is.
packed.
Can we do perception checks if we'd like?
Go for it. Everybody do perception checks.
Dwagwars.
Doer your perception gar checks.
Ah.
Can I be seeing if at any point we've been in the city, have there been any Eric Cochran?
You
Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say I rolled a 1, so that thing.
what is a dookie agar?
But I rolled a 1.
Oh,
is it
thank
short?
you. Nope. Thank you. Go ahead and roll me a d4, please.
Keksi, there's also a slim chance that the Duergar might be your father.
Oh God, Dad! I got a
Dad?
tree.
Dad, is that you? I thought you
So-
just went to go get smoked.
Keksi,
Yeah.
this time you feel a stirring as you're like, wait a minute, and you look and your shadow is gone. Kaioken, you in your travels have not seen a single Eric Cochran.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So talking to the bartender guy, how much would it cost to buy everyone in here a drink?
Therai, roll me a d100.
Nothing fancy.
Walking it back.
Well, I mean, like, I don't mean like buy the good stuff. I mean, get the piss beer, you know?
It's always expensive.
Who's in here? Who's standing closest to me?
There
would be-
is about 50 silver it would cost to just buy a pint of ale for everybody in this building.
He's gonna count out 100 silver.
$10 right?
Yeah, 10 gold. Do you mind if I say some words to the crowd?
He's like,
Nothing to amp them up, but just some words.
okay.
Non-suspicious words.
Nothing culty, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
The right is
Extra
when you move the
non-culty.
stairs, but not go up them.
Okay. Hey, real quick, before you do that, what's John doing in this? Are you just like hanging back, just like sort of, for once, being kind of not extra? What's up with John?
He's kind of in the back, just kind of taking everything around. Hands in his jacket, and unbeknownst to you all, he kind of just has a good grip on that the glass, the little box with the glass and the box glass.
All right.
Glass box.
Okay. So, Deus, you give him 10 gold. He looks at you and goes, "You want me to just to pass out everybody 2 drinks or 1 drink? I don't know what the extra 10 silver is, or the extra 50 silver is."
It'd be 2 drinks, yeah. I'm gonna announce
All
it to
right.
them if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead. And you see they start Like he tells the server, like the server staff that he's got, which is probably about 6 or 7 people, they start pulling out all of their fucking flagons.
Okay, well they're doing that.
Oh, did you want me to get their attention?
I was gonna do it, but if you want to do it.
No, that's what he says to Deus.
Oh, do you mind if I do that? Unless
Okay.
you don't think they'll listen to me.
I mean, go for it if you think that you can get all of their attention.
Excuse me. He's gonna stand up on.
I was really hoping that that's how you got the attention. Excuse me.
He's gonna stand up on the bar stool. Is there a bar stool?
Yeah. There's bar stools.
Friends, defenders, heroes, citizens of this great town, I am here to honor you. For the next 2 rounds of beers are on me. You may wonder why I honor you. I honor you for the power that hides inside of you all. For who else is honored and who else do people of this world pray to for protection, for powers or answers? The gods. Well, he's going to stand up on the bar. The gods can't hear you, nor if they could hear you, would they help you. He's going to start walking. They don't help us. They only help themselves. For they see a mother save a child with the strength not of this world, and they say, that was with our help. For it was not. It was the strength hidden inside of the mother. For you see, the truth is, the gods envy us. They envy us because we're mortal, because every moment could be our last. For we all have the power inside of us, waiting to be enabled. He's gonna sit down on the bar. The password to this power is knowing what you're using it for. To wholly believe in something that shapes your power and gives it purpose. He's gonna hop up from his sit. For this is the ultimate power. And I'd like to tell you all that I will be starting an order that will help you wield this power. He's gonna go sit at an empty table, so kind of walk to an empty table. I just need you to lend me your ears. As he sits down at this table, as he kind of waves for them to pass out the drinks.
Kaioken with his 2 drinks starts backing up and going a different direction.
Go ahead and make me a persuasion check with advantage.
Wouldn't it be an even roll?
True. Thank you. Yes. One
sir.
persuasion check. All right. So, as the drinks are being distributed, this is going to take a little bit of time, but you gather that it was likely a pretty good reception. They're not all immediately going to like go down into single file lines and all that stuff. Most people are likely going to wait until they get the portion of that is their gift from you, and then as they will begin filtering down, potentially. So, roll me 5d10.
While he does that, I see Kaioken starting to leave, and like I pull on. Are you wearing like a shirt or anything?
No loincloth. Well,
I mean, I
yeah,
have
he's wearing
pants
his
and boots.
fleece mane.
Yeah,
Pants and
I've
boots
got
and pants and boots and
boots and pants and boots and pants.
I like pinch his arm to get his attention, and I'm like
Oh, hi, Keksi.
visibly like trying not to. I'm trying to downplay my panic that I'm going through right now
Mhm.
as I point down to the ground to show him that there is no shadow there.
What? Oh, is this like what happened earlier today? Let's go find it. And I slam one of the beers. Here, your turn.
I slam it. Slam it.
Soka! Whatever. What do Japanese people say when they drink beers really fast? It doesn't matter.
Kampai.
Yeah. Let's go look.
He speaks the moon language as well.
So, Therai, question. Therai follows the goddess Saloon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Deus just denounced gods in front of you publicly. Does that have an effect on Therai? Especially after Deus cast a holding magic upon him not more than an hour ago?
It was the command.
Therai has words to speak with Deus, and they have been emboldened further.
Okay.
Does he get in line with the people?
No.
Oh, damn.
Therai
So-
like stopped to listen to the speech because there was one of two reactions. Either cool, he's learned his lesson, or nah, we gotta have a good talk.
Gotcha. So, that being said, so Deus is staying down at the first floor on a table, pretty much out in the middle of where people are going to be seeing him. Is everybody else going to go up to visit Olaf, or are you guys going to like sit here and just wait to see what happens?
Kaioken and I were gonna skirt around the room a little bit to see if we could catch where my shadow is.
Yeah.
Both of you guys can give me a perception check. John, what do you want to do?
What's a shadow?
We just don't know.
My rolls are horrible tonight.
It happens.
John,
Physical dice.
what would you like to do, John?
The next roll, I'm going to do that.
I think John's is kind of like. John's is gonna like. He's just gonna start drinking. Like he is
Right.
currently extremely deep in thought. Kind of like just recalling everything that's happened to him in the last 150
Yeah,
something
especially
years.
revealing your true self to somebody is.
There's also that. Like he's not a big fan of that form. So when every time he's that form, it's more like just a very painful reminder of what he really is.
So, Keksi and Kaioken, you guys are walking around like, okay, where's the shadow at? And then you find it. As it turns out, your shadow has sort of attached itself momentarily to Deus. As he was walking over and sitting down, you notice the shadow has kind of taken the form of Deus' shadow. But you also see like 6 other arms come out of this shadow and are swinging around weapons that kind of like he's sitting at a table and it stretches out behind him. And you notice a couple of the people have noticed this as it only momentarily happens and then shrinks back. You see some people like what? And they like, did anybody else see that? Is what just a few people have done. Most people, by and large, didn't recognize it, but there were a couple of people that are like, "What?"
Looking at their drinks, they're like, "Oh god."
Yeah.
This thing is throwing salt at my GAMA.
I walk over to Deus and I like pat him on the back like ha 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 ha, and like I kind of like stomp on the shadow if there's any place.
Yeah. After the momentary lapse, it does find its way by skipping shadows of other people back over to you.
Okay.
And you notice there's a couple of
okay,
people that
Keksi?
like kind of do this whole thing.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Oh,
If
would you
we
like
both-
Oh.
to learn more?
No. And I like I walk away. I'm gonna go upstairs.
Oh,
Goodbye.
Within that scene of the shadow jumping, Kaioken's going to be trying to like step on wherever the shadow is like moving to. And
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
miss.
As you're doing that, you're like doing like the step, like trying to stomp and step as you're like moving through people, and they're like,
Yeah.
hey, get the fuck, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so John's drinking at the bar. Therai is edging. Keksi. Therai is edging towards the stairwell. Keksi is going up to meet Olaf. Kaioken is. Are you staying down on the main floor?
I want to go talk to Banar.
Okay.
Banar, the third.
Banandar. Okay.
Banandar, yeah.
All right. So you're gonna go approach the bar. Deus. There's a couple of people that kind of walk up to you. They're pretty common folk. There's like this kind of like middle-aged man, and this sort of like younger, maybe like early teens kind of like young guy, right? Late teens, rather like 19 or so. And then there's this like older fella, and they both kind of come. And they're like, "Well, thanks for the beer. What's your message? Your message was that like the gods don't care or anything like that?"
My message, brother, is that to gain power, you don't need the gods. You have it inside of you. You just need to believe in something greater than yourself.
You mean like gods?
Like, not, you need to believe in a world that you imagine that you would fight for.
Oh, the older man's like, "Whoa, you are you like a Black Veil guy, or because that's pretty similar to what they say."
No, I'm not of the Black Veil. We are not like them in that capacity. You see, from your heart to your mind, you see the truth behind the lies, and you know your strength is as good as mine. You pull my lieutenants here. You see, where there's fear, there's passion. Where there's burning light of fanaticism, there's duty. Where there's chaos, there's memory. And when there's absolute darkness of evil, we are the Silver Templars, Veratus. The eye and the
And the veil.
and the veil, they are chaotic. They work for their own self-interests.
So, you are more ordered than the veil and the eye.
We are more balanced than the veil and eye.
Huh. Interesting. So like you're gonna give me powers, or?
No. You will give yourself powers. I will just give you something that you can believe in, something that you can shape inside of yourself.
So like do you have like a pamphlet, or?
I'm very new at this. This is actually the first, I want to say town hall, but this is the first bar I've actually preached to.
Oh, this is exciting. So we could be like the first members, huh?
That is correct.
Whoa. That's pretty awesome. Well, is there any way for us to like, I don't know, like reach out to you, or is there anywhere where you are gonna like stay, or?
I will be staying here for the night, and I'm going to be writing up these pamphlets you're talking about, and I will have them ready by tomorrow if it's possible for you to stop by.
Like what time? Like early morning? I don't think I can
Yes.
do early morning because we both have jobs.
I won't have to be here. You would just have to ask the bartender.
Okay, so you're gonna leave pamphlets here that we can take, and then that'll have like information to get a hold of you, or?
They'll have everything that you require for now.
All right, that sounds great. That sounds
If
awesome.
anything, what we need is more members, more people.
So you're saying you're not the Black Veil, you're not the Arcane Eye, because those guys, both of those guys, those sets are just kooky, man. You're saying that you're more organized than their chaos, and that you believe kind of what the Black Veil is saying, but not really.
What is the Black Veil saying that you think is in line with what I'm saying?
I mean, the Barkers down there at the dockside that work for the Black Veil, they say that the gods left us and that the power comes from within, and that they can give us powers that come from us too.
I'm not saying the gods left us.
Like the... Wait, didn't you just say that?
I'm saying we don't need them.
Oh. Huh. Okay. And you see the older man kind of like lean in. He's like, it's kind of like, like Torm and Helm kind of, they're supposed to do the same thing ish. They're both kind of like protection. It's like, this is kind of like different sects of like the same. I'll tell you a little bit about it. As they're like, okay, well, yeah, we'll definitely come back in the morning and see what you got cooking. That'd be great. Well, probably in the late afternoon, because we both have jobs. We're not spiffy adventurers like you.
Why, I hope to see you again, brother.
It's like, by the way, you've got like blood coming out of your, like dried blood coming out of your eyes here. You, it's like also pretty good, like reflexes, not tripping over stuff because you got that blindfold. That's pretty sweet.
Yes.
Like, Black Veil, they've got like the cloak so can't see their face, and then like Arcane Eye, they're all like, boom, we're regal. You're pretty mystical. That's pretty sweet. All right.
They are weak of body. I can teach you to be strong of mind and body.
Ooh, all right.
You'll be able to match them in their intensity of magic, and then also be able to lift them up with one arm.
Match them in magic. They just kind of magic. That's stupid. But all right, yeah, sure, why not? This would be great. And so these two guys will leave. Over how long are you willing to stay?
He'd stay up until no one else looked interested. So
you may end up being there until like the wee hours of the morning. There's a lot of people, and
I guess he'd stay until he wouldn't be getting a full night's rest.
Okay, so you're gonna be down there for a while.
Level 2 of exhaustion.
So, funny enough, make me a Constitution saving throw.
You fucking... I love this game.
So you remember how last week I said that you made that Constitution saving throw when Gerald had hit, and I was like, you feel like that headache that went away, but it's still just behind your head. You still have that dull throb as it's just doof, doof, doof. It's in line with your pulses, but you still maintain to be able to fight it off. As the words tightening the reins ring in your head along with this pulse in the voice of Gerald, as he said to you. So, another thing that you see is at a little bit while you're sitting there, you've maybe talked to about a dozen or so people at this point. So a couple of hours have gone by, and we will end up jumping back in time with the rest of the party.
I do go over I have 5 different prayers that also go with them over my prayers as well.
Right. Well, so as you're doing this, you're talking to these people. You're getting a really good reception, from these people. You do notice that several Black Veil members walk past that were sitting down when you made your speech. That you weren't really paying attention to them, but they were there for the entirety of your speech. As 3 Black Veil members crossed by, and they kind of look down over at you as they pass by. You can gain the knowledge that they were there while you did that, and they now have heard you speaking on them, as it's a pretty common question based off of the parallels of power and so on and so forth that people have asked you. So that happens. That's going to be Deus's couple of hours. Keksi, Kaioken, Therai, do you guys go up to meet Olaf? in the interim, so we're gonna drop back a couple of hours.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dope.
Therai would have gone like as soon as Deus's speech finished, Therai would have shook his head and like in disgust
Gone.
stomped up
Right.
the stairs.
Right. Okay. So you guys go upstairs, just like he told you. Just to the left, there's a little bit of a booth, and there sits Olaf, and he's like, "Wow, it was a hell of a speech from Deus down there. Looks like he's drummed up some interest in his Knight's Order. That isn't the Silver Templars."
Sounds kind of culty to me.
The
I
man
mean-
spins destruction,
I mean,
not
they
with
say
his hands, but with his words.
That's the most I've ever heard him talk. And I think he was like telling secrets about stuff, but I don't know. He's never talked to us about it.
Yeah, that's
Kind of
true.
rude. You know, I thought we were buddies. You know, we got into a fist fight and I started to respect him more, but now that kind of hurts my feelings. You know, if I'm going to open up to you guys about it, that kind of hurt. You know, he didn't even like want to talk to me about it or ask me if I wanted to join. Stupid meaty head. Stupid poop
Well-
mouth. Oh, poop.
I will ask kindly of the both of you. When that man comes up these stairs for the rest, I will have words with him.
Oh, hey, you need to check yourself or I'm going to hit you in the fucking hands again.
There is a reason
wrong with
why
you?
I am speaking.
Yep, but you're starting to get that
I-
little bit of cadence with how you say things. Hey, we can't fight here. Hey, I lean in
I am-
like these motherfuckers can fucking brawl.
I do not wish to fight. I need you to hold me back if the siege
That sounds like you want to fight. It's
Yeah, I mean,
like
I'm not gonna
hold me
you
back
if
is
you're
what
a
they say when you fight. I don't fight, and I know that if someone says hold me back, that means that they're gonna fight.
do you want me to do the thing where like you want to make it look like you want to fight? So it's like you're like, yeah,
Oh,
let me
yeah,
at
that's
him.
a good
Oh,
one.
Yeah, let me at him, and
You can intimidate
No,
him.
don't do
That's
this.
good.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Because I can help you with that. That's easy.
No,
So, hey, real quick, like this is all great and all, but I don't know if you guys noticed. There's some Black Veil members that are sitting like directly below us. I was in here a while back, and I clocked them the moment they came through the door. They've just been sitting there sipping on ales the whole time. The moment you guys walked in, they kind of perked up.
yeah, the rise eyes go wide.
Yeah, so like this whole like bickering and bullshit, like that's fine and all, but you guys got to keep your head on a swivel in the city, man. I'm not even from the city, and even I know that like there's danger around every corner out here, man. But
What do they look like? Is
they
there
look
any
like fucking
specifics?
Black Veil members. They all look
No,
the
they just-
same.
They just had their hoods up. There wasn't anything descriptive about them, or what?
I don't pay attention past the emblem. I mean, honestly, I don't know what you expect out of me. Look, if you want me to tell you the inner workings of magic, I can do that, no problem. But if you want me to differentiate two satyrs, look, I'm sorry, I'm just not that guy.
Well, speaking of saying sorry, I do want to apologize for when I first met you and I tried to shield bash the shit out of you.
No, it's fine. I mean, look, you were gonna shield bash me. I was gonna set you all on fire. Like it happens. I get it. Shit's wild out there, man. But I mean, look, we have some more pressing issues to talk
True.
about
True.
because I don't know where the blasted hollow is.
Me
I
either.
don't know where we're going, but apparently I'm going with you. So that's cool. Like, do you guys know this witch that he's talking about? Or were we just gonna leave and just head in a general north direction?
That's what we usually do.
You guys are either incredibly lucky or incredibly reckless, or both.
I know I am definitely both. It's worked out so far.
Jesus Christ. I'm gonna die out here, aren't I?
I want to open up
Not if I
my
have
book.
words about it.
Sorry, go
What
ahead.
was that, Therai?
Not if I have words about it, man. We will get you back here safely.
I don't want to come back here. I want to go home. This isn't my home.
We will get you back home safely, if it costs my life.
Well, okay, that's a little over dramatic. Look, you have to realize, wise man, I recognize that you likely have more ability in your body than half of these priests or what they call clerics around here. But like, look, I can warp reality to suit my needs. Not to toot my own horn, but to toot my own horn.
No,
I-
I get you have spent time honing your craft where I
Right.
spent mine.
What I'm saying is you don't have to, on your life, get me anywhere. I can go home at any point, but I've kind of been roped in with you guys. So, like, I mean, I'm getting paid for this. I'm not altruistic or anything like that. Money talks, right? So, like, you know, I'm a mercenary, baby. But you guys, if you're gonna be doing this, you gotta get some information,
So we need to get information on where the blasted hollow is.
right?
Kind of assumed you knew where that was. Now I'm taking
Yeah.
a step back on.
See what happens, asshole, and you and me, that whole,
Yeah,
you know,
Matt asked that you makes me an umption. I've heard it several times.
right? Well, so the only thing I do know is that there's a library in the agriculture district that we could probably find some old texts there.
I will go visit it tonight.
Well, we're
Or
all gonna go. You're not
or-
just going by yourself.
the last time you guys split up, Deus got in a shitload of trouble. And
Like
then,
he's doing right now.
oh yeah, full disclosure, like Grimtooth was scrying on you guys like this whole time. The moment you entered the city, he was there with a fucking crystal ball, like, ooh, let's look. Did you know that you can scry on people by just scrying on an object? That's it.
I've always had a ring of anti-scrying, so I don't got any more. So it's
Yeah.
never really been a common thing in my life. But
This
At one
dude's got literally days of saved up footage of you guys. It's kind of creepy. I was wondering about it, but like I wasn't going to say anything. But it makes sense now that he's like your mortal enemy. That makes a lot of sense.
did he watch when I pooped?
Every single time.
So he knows I stand when I poop, and it's normal. I mean, like I stand when I
Okay.
wipe my butt,
Look,
not when
I
poop.
wasn't gonna say anything, but there was that one time between the two trees where you were like pressed up against, you just like pooped down. Okay, but we're getting off topic. We're getting off topic. What I'm saying is there's a couple of things that we should probably look into. For one, who is this fucking witch? And for two, where is this fucking blasted hollow? And for three, like, what? Because, like, I can tell you guys all about the endowance crystals and shit like
Yes,
that. I
please
get
do.
that. But what I don't, I'll get to that. But what I don't understand is I don't understand, like, where or the why. Right? Like, I understand vengeance. That makes sense. Eventually, we'll get to that whole, nasty business, and you guys, and I'll help you kill the motherfucker. I don't give a shit. But, like, what do you mean? He's evil. Seriously? It's not that hard. Did you see this motherfucker? He's powerful. Don't get me wrong. Far more powerful than I am. By far. And you guys were just up in his lair. Like, now that I realize what that was, a lich in his lair, this is scarier now, being in this city, than it ever has before. I thought he was just a cool goblin, but y'all just walked in there. Anyways, like, like, I can tell you about the endowance crystals. That's fine. We can probably, maybe if we go to libraries, we can figure some shit out, right? Maybe. I don't know where else to go beyond that. Like, but you guys said that you're all packed up and ready to go and all gung ho for leaving the city and shit.
No,
Yeah,
you're right.
I-
we should get up nice and early and get to the library before we actually leave town, so we have a direction and knowledge.
Real fast. I'm sorry. Hold on a sec. John,
Yes.
you are going to hear in your mind, well, are you gonna be fucking like depressed down there, or are you gonna come up here finally and join the rest of the party? In your mind.
Okay. So I'm gonna definitely gonna like hear that and kind of just like look at the look at the shit I'm drinking. I'm like, what is
You
it?
can
I
respond
can't
to this
get
message.
And I'm like trying to think like right now, I'm
This
thinking, not
message was
using my
for
lips.
5 seconds.
You can respond to this message.
I kind of look at him, and I'm like,
He looks at you and he does this. He goes,
I'm like, oh, you can't just talk with my mind. Well, it's kind of cheap, or whatever. The fuck do you want, old man?
well, they're going over the battle plan up here. But, I mean, if you want to be all in your feelings or whatever, like, go ahead. But you might want to know what they're doing up here.
John Ryder has no feelings. He drinks them all up.
Jesus
And
Christ.
he forgets about them.
Hey, make me a perception check.
A pirate's life for me.
Make me a perception check. No, sorry, an insight check, John Ryder. Make me an insight check.
Hey, 14.
Okay. Business is huge. Good. So, Olaf, you guys up in the balcony would see Olaf is actually like using sending, or not sending, he's using message, like the message like spell. So he's like doing this whole thing with a piece of copper in his hand. He's like, and you guys can hear that triplicate going on. And he's like, ha 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 ha, as he stops. He's like, man, wasn't that great? How we all mocked my same voice at the same time? Have. Like other people are actually more drunk off of Deus's fucking ale offerings, so nobody's really noticing. He's like, see, nobody fucking. You have to remember, regular people, by and large, they don't care. They don't want to know, so they don't know. Now, if you start throwing fucking fireballs left and right, you're gonna force people to see something. But like, you know, stupid shit like this, yeah, check it out. And he's like, hey, John Ryder, get the fuck up here now. Come on, let's go.
So
Grabs the meat and just walks over.
I think I get it now. So like when I do guidance, no, never mind, I don't get it. I'm gonna stop.
Are you gonna cast guidance?
So I haven't really thought of like how it would look. As I'll cast guidance. I'll touch Keksi and I'll say.
Does it have a has a verbal and a somatic?
Yeah, verbal and somatic. Something with her book. How's the reading going, champ? I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you winning?
So you do that, and the moment you stop that, he's like, oh, look isn't that great how we can all perfectly mimic through shit, what's his name? Big man's fucking voice? Kaioken?
This is the best drinking game ever. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. Like,
but what you're saying is if I summon 8 porcupines, that's not good.
well, okay. The more powerful the magic, the more effort it's gonna take.
Oh.
Right? So, like, say for instance, I don't know, you want to summon a giant shield around somebody? Then that kind of takes a lot more effort than just sending a little tiny message. But also, you can't really force the mundane people to see things that they're trying to actively, like, not believe.
That makes sense.
So, yes, Arcane Eye, we love casting magic out of the middle of everybody. Don't get me wrong, it's a good showing of it. In the right circumstances, it helps people understand that magic is not dead. It's just really hard to achieve. But,
Yeah.
you get too many people who are weak of mind and they start forming, hypothetically, they start forming cults around people because they don't understand, and then they have pariahs.
Weird.
Like what is happening now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
kind of. I mean, look,
Very much.
for what it's worth, crazies come and go all the time in this city. There's just going to be a gang of like 3 or 4 of them that are going to be like, eating, and then someone will kill them. This is a big city, man. I mean, shit happens all the time. I wouldn't go pissing in my boots just because someone made a cult. Happens all the time. Look, he's doing it right now.
Yeah. Keksi like sits on the ground with her flagon.
You think he's the only one doing that at this very moment? No. So, well, yes, exercise restraint. No, you don't have to just black veil it up and be like, oh, suppress, magic, obey. Stupid.
Like, look at my shadow. I'm like, you guys are all talking about magic.
Right.
I set my flagon down on my shadow.
Speaking of which, that's pretty fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I haven't quite.
Do you know who did that to you?
Yeah.
Who?
I
Wait,
can't-
real quick. I just need you. As you begin to like think and talk about who it is that put that on you, and you're like, I can't quite. You hear in your mind. Speak of this, and you will die. No one must know.
Shivers visibly run up and down Keksi.
What's wrong?
Keksi, what's the matter? Can you breathe? And I like go and start doing the like, to put the finger under the nose. That's my butthole. No, I'm just kidding.
I like
Sniff it,
push his
sniff it,
hand
bro.
away.
No. I'm trying to like see if you stopped breathing.
right-
Like if
Oh.
you
The
can't
right
talk.
reaches for her hand to check her pulse. To make sure it's
I
not
don't want anyone to
palpitating like
touch
it
me,
was.
and I move my hand out of the way. I push Kaioken's hand out of the way.
You hear. If you value your friends' lives, you will stop. I don't like that sound comes up every time.
Cool.
Bing bong. Bong.
I like.
And yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
If you want,
Inside
you can
check.
switch between that and Queen. Queen is just straight voice. So that way you're
All
not
right.
bing,
Right,
bing,
right. Okay.
every
Thank you.
Because it also drives me crazy.
Yeah. All right. So, but Olaf's like, well, that was kind of fucking weird. Like, you all right over there? Nobody else heard this, but Keksi is freaking the fuck out because Keksi's hearing this, and Olaf's like, all right, well, I guess you don't have to talk about it or whatever, but you should probably get that looked at. Like, I was there when he removed the curse. That shouldn't be there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your shadow, it jumped from people to people, and it was like blah, 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 behind Deus. I watched it happen. I've been sitting here the whole time. I'm pretty observant when it comes to that.
Oh yeah,
That's kind of part of the name, Olaf the Observant. That's what they
Yeah.
call me, in case you didn't know.
So
yeah. I don't quite understand the shadow, but yeah. And I kind of like push my flagon a little ways away from me, just like arms length, kind of meh. And I'm gonna try something with my shadow.
Yes.
And an unspoken bond communication with it. I direct it to put my flagon up on the I'm assuming there's like a small table within the room somewhere. Put it up on the table across the room.
Give me a persuasion check. Where did you want it?
Just like up on a table across the way, because I'm sitting on the ground. So put it.
You see your shadow, which is behind you on the wall, slide up, and the rest of everybody sees her shadow slide up onto the table and go to attempt to push, but it can't push as it tries to push the flagon but cannot. Oh, no, you're right. Never mind. You're right. I forgot. Actually, that is not what happens.
Take it back.
Keksi, you actually hear in your head.
Jesus.
And you see your hand, like your shadow, move this flagon and set it where you want it. I totally forgot that was a part of that dark gift.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck was that? Did we see? I assume we see that.
Oh yeah, you guys all saw that.
I did it in plain sight of everybody. I wasn't trying to hide anything about
Hey,
that.
I want to do something. I go to where the shadow was. Boulder, parchment, cheers. I do rock. And see if anything happens. Like with my shadow, where that shadow is, to see if it responds.
Does nothing.
Well, rock always wins. Loser.
You looking for something?
Nope.
I'm not the nerd. You're the
So
nerd.
that happens.
I think I'm ready to go to bed.
I mean,
I'm
you guys don't want to know about the whole point of why you're going. Well, I suppose there's probably.
I
Not
haven't
even-
eaten it yet, so I'm gonna sit and drink and eat. So I'd love to hear.
All right,
I'd like to talk to you too, Olaf. That would be great.
John.
No.
Sorry, just real quick because I haven't heard from Deus in a while. Deus. In total, 16 people have come to you.
Okay, and as he's talking to these people, he does his initial rant, like he talked to the other
Right.
the family, and then with different people, he says different stories. Like I'm
Okay.
gonna start out 2 stories that he talks with like maybe a group of brothers who stop by or something, and there was once a priest, a healer of the sick who lived in a small village. You'd say this priest was a symbol of virtue, for he put these villagers' lives above his own. But one winter, sickness spread over that town. You could say maybe a common cold, wherever it was. He didn't know. It's one that put the villagers into a deep, deep sleep. This priest was devastated and wanted to heal his wards. But the priest didn't know the sickness and needed to run tests. He found out the tests he ended up running were lethal to those he tested on. For the priest loving his village's people so much, it ended up that every traveler that ever made it to that village was never seen again. Uncaring about the ratio of those who were captured and killed for this greater good is something that we fight against. For where there is the burning light of the fanatical, there's duty. And he has 3 other stories he talks about, and then he just ends up talking about more of the tenets.
Right.
A symbol to Templars, Veratus, destiny is their own. For they shall never fear. For where there's fear, there's passion. A Veritas fights against fear, using their confidence in themselves and their power. A Templar holds the memory of this world for those who forget, for those who invite chaos to come back again. For there's chaos, there's memory. And I made a whole bunch of these, but I won't keep going over them.
Okay.
But yeah, he tries applying his story to what he sees the people as. So if it's like how rich they look, he'll talk about a lord who once ruled over an old kingdom. If it's someone who talks about the eye or the veil, he talks about a wizard who pursued nothing but power, not caring what it did to those around them or what it took for shortcuts to get to that power. That there's always a give and take. And that when where there's the darkness of evil, there will be the Silver Templars Veritas. So he tries to mold it to the person to get them to, instead of wanting to be them, these wizards are power-hungry monsters who kill everyone to get their power higher. The Templars believe in their own power and their own self. And where, a city might forget their past and what they've done, the Templars don't forget what this city has done or what it used to stand for. That if we forget, we could end up coming back there again. So we have to be a memory of the world to stop atrocities from happening again, besides every time it happens to continually to stop it. So kind of different. He's trying to separate it from the Silver Templars, kind of looking at the Silver Templars, looking at what could have made them better. And the Silver Templars, they're just reactionary.
Right.
So he wants them to be, I don't know what that word is.
Proactive.
Proactive.
Okay.
So he's getting a swing. He's feeling it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, over the span of your couple of hours, about 16 or so people walk up to you in actual interest. There's probably about twice that walk up with surface level interest, feigned interest because you gave them a beer, so they probably feel like they owe you at least listening, right?
For the beer.
Yeah, there's about 16 people that earnestly are like, oh well, that's very interesting. I would love to find out more about that. And I'll take that pamphlet when you pass them out tomorrow.
Yeah, I should have fucking made those, but I have no time.
Yeah, it happens. Okay, cool. So, John, being depressed, drinking heavily, make me a Constitution save. And go ahead and subtract 3 gold from your inventory.
3 gold.
I also do make it clear he never mentions the veil or the eye by name unless they bring it up.
After just in general?
Yeah, he just says wizards.
Gotcha.
And people who seek power.
Okay.
He doesn't say magic anymore because he realized that's a hot topic. Okay.
John.
Yep.
You're feeling pretty good, man. You're numb. You're nice and numb now. You know what I mean? You're feeling confident, that liquid confidence coming back up to you. You're feeling so good, in fact, that you hear just to your side, well, you look like you're a little lonely there. Would you like some company? As you turn
left
over
or right?
to your right.
Okay, what do I see?
You see a fine-looking, red-haired woman who is wearing a vest. She's got just some breeches and a couple of long hose and shoes and all that stuff. She's a dressed woman who looks like she is approaching you. And she's like, you're sitting here all by yourself looking rather sad, kind of bringing my mood down. If you're wanting to, you could help me bring it back up.
Aye, that sounds like a good time.
Got a room right upstairs if you're interested.
Get up.
And you get up, you don't fall over, but you definitely hit a little bit of a stumble step. You're like, whoa. She's like, don't worry there, big man, I've got you. I'll take good care of you.
And I just followed.
As you go on up. Well, that is going to be the end of John's night. Unless you want to hot coffee.
No, I need RP6. Come on.
Yeah.
It's getting late. I need it.
All right, so I'm gonna need you to mash A repeatedly.
I'm just gonna turn my camera off for no reason and mute myself. Okay.
Yeah.
This sounds like a woman's tennis match.
Yeah, exactly.
Once you get to the bed, she goes, Mine's bigger than yours, big boy.
Yeah. Bet you weren't looking at me Adam's apple. So, so John, you guys would all see. You guys would all see. You guys are on the second floor. Third floor is where the rooms are at. So you guys would just barely see John kind of head up with a companion for the night.
Professional lover of ladies, hard at work. There he goes.
Kaioken, you were just about to talk to. You were gonna ask Olaf some stuff.
Yes, I remember this. So Olaf.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we don't know which direction we're going except for the general direction.
North. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there? Do you know anything about Duergar?
I mean, not really. They're just like a dwarf, right? I don't.
Same but different. Has there been any like recent? I mean, in the last 100 years, have they like co-aligned with dwarves? Because like Duergar with like the bad dwarves, they were shunned away from the dwarves or changed them because of their decisions and their dealings with the Mind Flayers and the Drow.
Okay, so you're just telling me the history of like Duergar and dwarves?
Just just making sure you knew this stuff. But are the dwarves and Duergar cool? Because we ran into some dwarves claiming to be Duergar.
I'm gonna be honest, big man. Look, I'll stop you right there. I don't know if you know this, but this was the first time in decades, possibly a century, that dwarves were ever seen. And about 4 of them came into the city asking for help.
Yep, they might be trying to kill us. Just so you know.
What?
Yeah.
First time in 100 years or something like that, and you fucking get them on you're on the bad side?
Well,
It is.
I mean, yes.
Logistically, like
that.
that's terrible for commerce, but
I mean, hey,
whatever.
Have you ever heard of Mount Assyrian? Like that whole like.
Oh
place.
God, Terry goes on about this mountain.
Hey, you
No,
shut up.
I don't.
I will see you both.
It's my life work.
The rice gonna make it.
It's your oh wait, you talking about your mountain citadel? Yeah, of course.
Yep.
Like I
So,
said, I do
like-
my research. I know where you're from.
So
Gotcha.
that area was dwarves from the same homestead of Elysium. Is that right?
No, Estria.
Why did I say Estria? Those were actual dwarves that I hired, and some of them stayed.
Okay.
And what I've learned from them is that there was Duergar they were suppressing below them. Is that correct?
Well, no,
a DM question.
yeah. So the Duergar live in the Underdark section, which is
Yeah.
below
I
some
feel
of the
like
deepest mines.
They're always fighting at some
Yeah.
different subsurface
Yeah.
level.
Yes.
So what I'm thinking is that Duergar have taken over. I already forgot the mountain name. That mountain that I
Estria.
just said, Estria, and that
It's like
they
a whole
have,
range of them.
Yeah, I think that I don't know. So I kind of like couldn't contain my face when I was talking to them because I've heard horrible things, and I love
Sure.
dwarves. They're some of the best craftsmen and most
Never met them. Wouldn't know.
passionate workers. Well, they're pretty great. I think you would like them.
You're hyping them up quite a bit there, big man.
They're beautiful people. Well, the women. Never
Right.
mind. So that could be a problem.
Okay, so are we gonna go like fix that problem, or are you just like
I was
lamenting
kinda- I
over
was-
your own
you know,
choices?
it's kind of on the agenda, but I think that's to the south. Like,
Well,
but
the
the
only thing
thing
to the
that
south is water. It'd be back to the west the way we came.
Yeah. Southwest.
Oh, that reminds me. Shit. Hold on. Excuse me. And you guys are sitting on a bench, kind of like scoots over, and you guys kind of let it out. And you see him. He kind of hollers down, Deus!
Let's
Hey, blind man.
Where there was a cult who worships
Blind
false
man.
god and yes.
Hey, blind knight. Arcane Eye member calling you. Hey, I'm gonna fix your memory. I can fix your memory.
Excuse me.
Yes, the dealings with the Arcane Eye. I'm gonna fix your memory, Deus.
I don't know what he's talking. He leaves the table and heads towards them. What's
Deus
wrong
begins-
with my memory?
Hey,
Oh,
As
great.
Deus begins making
He's gonna
the-
fix you, man. That's
Rise
awesome.
go to the room.
What's wrong with
Okay.
me?
okay, wait, get up here. Come on, everybody, real quick. Hey, if I say the name Connor, what does that say to you guys? Does that mean anything to you? It wouldn't.
This is a stupid name.
We
I
found
don't like it.
belongings of his.
Right. Sure. What about the name Hearthenvale? Does that mean anything to you guys at all? Nothing? Anything?
Ew, I don't like
Nope.
the way it sounds.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember when you guys first came in, you got that purple aura around your head that you guys all got to see. That's because someone's fucked with your memories. I can fix that.
Oh.
Ooh.
Could you also fix why I feel so tired all the time?
I mean, I can try. Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right, that sounds
Deus, you honestly just constantly turn like you're like doing barrel rolls when you sleep. That's probably why you. Do you want me to tie you down while you sleep? Maybe you might get
Alright.
some more rest.
Hey, we should go up to the room. Seriously. I mean, in all honesty,
Okay.
you guys have like a full, massive apocalyptic event that you are repressing right now. And I didn't know about it until I had my memory changed by Grimtooth. So I can do
Yeah.
this for you.
I think you're wrong. I would know that.
Right. And that's why you guys remember just standing in a field and then walking to the east for what reason again?
Because it felt good.
Deus goes up into the room.
Oh, bye.
Isn't
Anyways,
that where he said to go?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll follow you, Olaf.
Weren't we all in the room originally to start
No.
with?
No, you guys are all in a booth on the second floor, eating and drinking while Deus was on the first floor.
Oh, I was confused then. 'Cause I thought that
converting
we
the
had gone up
masses.
to the room, or else I wouldn't have used my shadow in that way.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry.
Because I thought our room was upstairs, but never mind. My bad. I wasn't.
Yeah,
that's
sorry.
my
Your
fault.
room is on the third floor. Second floor is just a second floor balcony for eatery and whatnot.
Got it. Okay.
First floor is the bar. Okay, so, it's fine. It's not that brightly lit. Deus is gonna go up into the room as everybody starts to file in. Therai, you're already up there waiting for Deus, right?
Yes.
So, as Deus kind of opens the door and starts to walk in, you see Therai, and Therai, you see Deus. As everybody else is starting to walk up, Deus kind of did his thing where he kind of turned on a heel and started walking up.
Yeah, Deus just waits for them to enter the room.
The Rye would have his coat off. I think for the first time he'd be doing it while the party is awake. His bandages would be gone, and where his right arm is like completely red, like the rest of his body, the left arm looks wilted and black, and he's using the necrotic ooze from his hand and like searing into his own flesh. As Deus enters the room, he goes, "We have words to speak, and they will not be kind to either."
I don't want to be here for this.
Well, good thing he went up first.
Yeah.
Deus just does the motion of looking him up and down by not looking him up and down. He just does the head look like he's doing that.
Wait,
Jesus.
so Therai's shirt is off or just his coat?
Everything
Yeah,
except for his pants.
it's bare, like
I'm gonna turn my camera off.
his
That's what I came here for.
Therai unbuttons his shirt slowly.
All right.
You
Get to
just-
it.
He's just gonna say, whatever it is, it can wait.
No. 2 days ago, when we entered this town, I said 2 things only. No magic, no fighting. Within 1 day of me saying that to your party, already you have caused an outbreak of fights, as well as cast magic publicly. You have made a spectacle of a hidden art.
I'm sorry, but I
No.
don't answer to you.
No, I don't expect you to. I expect you to know your place in the plains. You do not see past these borders. You do not see past these walls. I have seen many lives in many planes of different universes. I have seen far beyond you will ever dream. So, when I speak of wisdom, I do not mean it of vile vitriol. This is not just anger. This is wisdom from brains much farther than you could perceive. The moon tenets are simple. One does not walk in but sunlight or moonlight, but the both of them equally. One does not pursue only his destiny, but his passions as well. While they claimed that you were making a cult, and I said nay, you are not. Now you rise the people up in a cult. You do not know this, perhaps. But making the people unbelieve the gods will only cause rise to one god. And vengeance will seek the land over, burning everything that is production. You sow a seed of pain and anger that will turn this world into nothing but char. I have seen this seed before in my greatest friend and my greatest enemy. I do not do this of anger. I do this of caution. Perhaps it is time to look at your plans and see them fully, not for what they are in the moment, but the repercussions and ripples they will have in future. Your actions today affect not tomorrow only, but 100 years from now, if not longer.
Noted.
That was fucking awesome, Josh.
He's going to put his hand over his eye and make a symbol of like a V. And he's going to say truth. And he's going to cast detect magic. And he's
Okay.
going to look for that purple that the guy was talking about.
It was pink.
Or pink.
So. All right. You do that.
Can
And
you
yes.
detect any magic over his mind?
Yes. Like,
Son of a bitch.
so the spotlights come over. I mean, you, well, no, because you didn't. You would have been the one that they were doing it to. When Absalon, back at the house at Ashbrook, had him and Kaioken using detect magic, they spotlight. So similarly, as you do that, your eyes boom, and you spotlight over, and over Therai's head, you see a sort of like outline of a silhouette across the top. Therai, so you've just been completely neglected, like as far as your response. He basically just dismissed you and then cast a spell.
You're under a spell, by the way.
So
Someone has cast mind magic over you as well as me.
magic
Which,
is
Therai,
fast.
you already knew that because when Deus was standing outside staring at the moon, you had come in and Absalon had already talked to Kaioken and Therai about that while Keksi was unconscious.
You speak of things but thank
Your pickup is a little high.
you. A little high or a little low?
It's right at that mid part.
We can't hear you very well.
Yeah.
Maybe this
There
will
you
get better.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Okay. I open the window.
That wizard said he can cure us, though. He should be in shortly. And he's gonna dispel.
Okay. So that's the end of that then, huh? All right.
The Rye's gonna start putting his shirt back on, like with a washcloth, or if they have cloths provided, start like trying to clean off the
Sure.
Skip.
Yeah.
which, and then rebandaging.
All right. Yeah. As you guys are doing that, it doesn't take very long after that where the rest of the gang gets into the room, and like you guys would hear Olaf talking, like Keksi's probably leading back to the room. The rest of the group, Olaf is probably like, "Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Like, I mean, it was pretty potent shit that cast the fucking spell on just about everybody within like a 30-mile radius, and I think it might actually be affecting like more than just that. But I haven't really dealt with other people beyond that." As he walks in. As the rest of the group walks into the room, sans Ryder, he's like, "All right, well, what's with this pile of rags?"
You're right. I am under a spell.
Well, no shit, you fucking idiot. Of course you are. I'm the one that told you that.
Seeing
I
is
had to
believing
clean my
sometimes.
That's funny coming from you, big man. Seeing? Get it? Because you're blind? But you can still see? Yeah.
Touche.
Right. And also, you see, it's a twofer, because you remember when you put that big shield spell around that other guy and you made like everybody believe, you know, with the big magic spell and all that? Like people were like, "Oh, I see magic."
Yes, I saw what you did there as well.
Yeah, it was good. That was real good.
Yeah, whatever happened to that guy? I remember seeing him before he came inside and took your little necklace. Was he,
Just a necklace.
well, it was a nice necklace, you know. It was very, very cute. I liked it a lot.
Was
But he
the
took it from
symbol
you.
of my power.
Oh. That's
Is that
dumb.
why you lost your power? No, that couldn't be.
How do you know I lost my power?
I was watching.
Yeah,
I
saw
told
some
you.
light come from
You
your
don't.
chest.
Oh, wait, no, you were down there. You were converting people. So Grimtooth has been pretty much watching you guys for like the last like week or so. Like, I got to see the whole thing. And what's crazy is I got to see her too.
Ooh, her. Ooh, her.
That's not for me to talk about. That's for this little sad boy over here to talk about. Boy,
Yeah,
oh boy.
he doesn't like to talk to us very much about stuff, but he likes
Yeah.
to preach to others.
His
I'll
home
tell you
is
what.
on the moon. That's all I know about him.
You
He
have
said,
laid eyes on
I meant to explain that to you one day, Kaioken.
I mean,
Masenko.
yeah, apparently I live on all mountains. But I live on one mountain,
Well-
but he lives on the moon. I don't get it either.
So, right. Anyways, well, you should know that, like, basically, how do I put this? Everything that you guys have done surrounding that fleece right there, around Kaioken's back, pretty much within like 10 or 20 feet, is being recorded, like, every second of it for the last, like, week. Grimtooth is just watching this shit and cracking up in that wizard tower. He's shown me quite a few times. He showed me that orc guy dying. It was pretty fucking brutal.
You should just rip a big old fart in it.
Wait,
He's watching us right now.
wait, what? My fleece is doing this? He can see through my fleece?
Well, I mean, all you got to do is just focus on an object, and then like everything within a certain range of that.
This is my first trophy. When I escaped the mountain.
Sure,
Wow.
and you had it on when you went to Hearthenville. Oh, that's right. You don't remember. Okay.
What?
Also sounds like the perfect thing for him to cast a scrying spell on. It's something that's super sentimental to you that you never take off.
Is there anything we can do to?
That's a dumb
The
idea.
Rye would know Hearth.
No,
No
sir, I
one
wouldn't
would
know
do that.
Hearthenville.
prevent this shrine?
Never even heard.
Nope. Well, there's if he casts scry on a person, you can kind of like use your own mental abilities to stop it, but you don't have to do it on a person. If you do it on an object, the object can't really like protect itself. But
Kaioken, do you mind if maybe we put that outside the door? Maybe in the closet?
look, like, okay, here, all I'm saying is, being that I am a wizard and I am the pinnacle of all arcane magic along with Grimtooth, I'm telling you right now, you've been inside of his lair, right? There is nothing. He has seen literally every single one of you and all of your items. So unless you're going to strip completely naked and get an entire inventory, anything that he was able to see, especially while I was holding you guys, like, he can scry on any of it. So buckle up, Buttercup. Get used to the fact that you're just being watched by a guy who's had, you know, what are you, Deus, like 40?
I
20.
think he's 13 or going on 30. I can't decide.
I'm 25.
You're 25? Okay, so take your age, times that by like 8, right? How much wisdom do you think you'd gain in that amount of time? Yeah, exactly. Don't answer that because you couldn't possibly know. You're only 25. So, he's figured out ways around a lot of things. And until you, I don't know, find relics of old or learn how to magically protect yourself against such thoughts and such spells, you're pretty much just a small fish. But, you know, I recognize that I'm probably opening up the world to you a lot right now by explaining the things that are stronger than your potential. But look, here's what I'm getting at. Come in, shut the door. As you guys everybody kind of shuffles in, closes the door behind them. And if you guys remember, this place is pretty big. But it does have like a 1 bunk bed, I think. No, 2 bunk beds and a like a queen size bed, basically. It's got its own bathroom, couple of dresser drawers, shit like that. So he's like, all right, well, this is pretty much gonna tap me magically for the rest of the night. Good thing I'm about to go to bed. He is going to cast Modify Memory on you guys. If you are willing to, he fail the save, he will fix your memory.
I willingly fail.
Yeah,
I willingly fail.
Right. So, this takes a long time, right? So he'll start with Keksi. He'll be like, all right, here we go. You're going to see him start like, yeah, you guys who aren't doing it, make a bunch of noise or some shit, because this is going to be pretty fucking powerful. Right? So,
I start I don't know, fucking banging on the door.
Oh, what good sex I'm having. Oh,
So-
great. Oh,
so
good.
as you guys are doing this, he is saying, he's uttering this arcane chant, and Keksi, he reaches forward to your head and puts his palm on your head as he's chanting at you. And everybody would see the room start to get this like dull purple glow as it literally looks like he pulls like film, like camera film out of her memory or out of her head. And he holds on to it, and he's like, there we go, as the spell ends, and he's holding on to, literally, it looks like a glowing purple roll of, like, camera film to you guys. And he's like, right here, you see what I'm looking at? And this section right here, it's all damaged and shit. So, and you see he starts, like, rearranging stuff, pulling stuff apart, putting it back together, and he's like, in there. And he sends it, and it just goes, whoop. And Keksi, a fucking flood of memories comes back from Hearthenvale.
You guys know that that meme of that dog staring at the cupcake, and it's in the flashback background is the people at war.
The Vietnam.
That's what happens to Keksi.
You guys immediately remember running in Margaret Crawford fighting with Olaf. You guys, Deus and Xixis, were standing there like, this is dumb, while Connor went to go talk to Olaf that you now know, and Kaioken went over to talk to Margaret with Keksi. They both talked, then everybody tried to attack Olaf. You guys ended up going back running. The whole cattle pen thing happened. With everybody being like super calm, like oddly calm, like domesticated animals. The Black Veil, the speech that that Corinth gave, the appearance of Migramach and Grimtooth and Olaf as they started like fireballing people, the big huge like the Dark Star womp womp, and then a bunch of fucking gibbering mouthers and a bunch of like, and a few new warlocks. And then you guys remember there was a moment where Corinth was talking, and he said it would seem that I have to clear the rabble once again. And he takes this necklace that he has. It has 3 gemstones. One is a black obsidian that he used to create the portal. The other one was this red gemstone, and he goes to fucking crush it in his hand, and Migramach goes, no, while he had this delayed fireball blast overhead that had been sitting for some time. In this point, your guys' memory, almost like a car accident, slows down, and a few things happen all at once as it becomes crystal clear immediately. This guy, this elf, takes the gem, pricks his own blood on it, and you see his eyes close, and he looks up, and you see like what is that? Like particulate effect happen off of him as he seems to almost like I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. Yeah, exactly.
Like disintegrate.
Yeah, as he does that, and you see the rest of the Black Veil members, and even the new fledgling, and even the gibbering mouthers all do the same thing. And Migramach looks over to Grimtooth, and he goes, "He used the fucking wish spell, feeble mind." And Grimtooth and Migramach, they both immediately cast this spell on themselves. You see them both kind of go slack a little bit, and they look at each other and go, teleport. And you see Migramach whomp, and Grimtooth looks over at Olaf, who looks like super lost. He's like, what is happening? Where am I? He goes, I will fix you. And he grabs him by like the back of his neck, and he whomp, and they both teleport out as you guys literally begin floating. The entirety of this city goes, no, not you guys in your bodies, the whole city into the air, and everything begins to dissolve away, and you all find yourself falling as you, and that was when you guys woke up in the middle of the field.
What the fuck was that?
Oh yeah.
Olaf.
Also, sorry. Just before that happened.
As well, or no?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Therai. Oh no. Therai, you would not. In Therai's mind, Therai would go, "Oh yeah, there was a town called Harthenville to the west. It was actually a huge trading town. Like it wasn't big, but it was the main trading point to the western side." But also, the rest of you guys would remember Connor.
So this is after he's done it to all of us, not just her.
Yeah. So this is me, like one by one, you guys would get the same exact experience from your each individual points of perspective. As you're doing this, you guys also would remember Connor being fingered of death and raised as a zombie, and immediately stepping up, doing a bow, and leaving Harthenvale before all of that happened.
Oh, Connor. Oh no. He was a good guy. He He helped me learn the ways of the world when I first came back to civilization. He was probably my first friend.
I think he helped me conceal my magic at one point as well.
That's exactly what he did with me too.
He also just so happened to be the son of like the most powerful lich in the world.
Yeah, I caught that part as well.
What?
That was odd.
Yeah, why didn't he just call his father to help save him? Like,
Yeah, he had a choice or a chance. He just didn't want to do it. It was really fucking bizarre.
must have been for a noble reason.
Well, look, Migramak,
guess we'll
I've been
never
told
know.
isn't exactly the easiest person to get along with. Maybe he said he's the ultimate fuck you dad. Who knows? But what we do know... Oh, yes, what were you going to say, Keksi?
I was gonna ask, have you heard any like whisperings of retaliation between Migramak and what the Black Veil did?
Well, here's the thing. No, but also, these guys, so Grimtooth doesn't really leave his tower. And he always says it's because the moment that he leaves the tower, they're going to try to kill him. I can only imagine that,
Who's they? Sorry to interrupt you, but who's they?
well, the Black Veil, of course.
Oh,
So Migramak never leaves his tower, right? Or Grimtooth never does.
Well, I would imagine that both of them are liches, both of them are old, both of them are powerful, but both of their magic is concentrated heavily in their own layers. So, you know, leaving your place of power probably eliminates a good portion of it.
Yeah. So that's where the risk is, where the Black Veil would come to strike.
Whereas the Black Veil, you see, they're like fucking ticks, man. They're everywhere. They
Hate
can...
them.
Yeah, you know, me too. But that's just because, you know, they're fucking dag nasty evil. But so that's one. That's one down. But yeah, it would seem that like most of the world doesn't remember Hearthenvale, so good luck trying to convince people that it exists. My question is, where did it go?
that is a very good question.
You don't think it was just destroyed? You think it went somewhere?
I mean, probably, but you really don't ever like lose that much stuff. It moves from place to place. It doesn't just, you can't just like destroy it and have it be gone. There'd be a pile of rubble or something. You know what I mean?
How long did this happen?
Oh, what, about a week ago? Give or take.
About a week
Moon?
ago.
What?
When
It would-
did the
it would
moon
be
break?
about-
The moon broke. What did that break? Like 4 days ago?
Yeah.
5 days ago? Wait, hold on. No,
Oh, it's
you've
only
been
been
here for
like
2.
3
Hold
or
on, no,
4
you've been
days.
here for 2 days. If it took you 4 days to get here
Yeah,
from Ashbrook,
uh,
so it was probably about 8 days ago. Oh yeah, it broke before you guys got there. It actually broke on the second day you guys were traveling from where Hearthenvale was.
Oh, we just didn't notice. Okay.
Yeah. It actually you guys witnessed it break when Keksi was on watch in the field at the first waystone that you guys stayed at.
There could be correlation.
Yeah, I don't know. But those gnomes, man, they want to get up there and get at it. That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Go up to space and see what that's all about.
Yes.
That would be a lot of fun. Because we'd get to see Deus's home. I'm curious.
Maybe
about.
he could bring all of his cult followers up there.
It's not a cult.
Sounds
Sure,
like
sure sounds like a cult. I'm just saying, if you're going to start a cult, you might want to get yourself in line first before you start preaching.
Either way,
Deus, I'm never going to drink anything you give me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. You said that you had a thing. Deus, you said you had like what, a curse?
I feel constantly tired, and I feel it getting worse.
All right, well, make some noise real quick, and he's gonna cast detect magic on you.
Oh yeah, I love
Or on
this.
himself.
Sex so good. Yes, it's yeah.
Oh,
So
feels so good.
as he
These
completes
are
the thing,
animals.
as he completes the thing, you see he's like spotlights, and he's like searching. He's like, I don't see any magic. Take off your clothes.
He strips.
So as you're doing that, he's like, eh. So for the first time,
He keeps the cloth over his eyes, so.
right. But for the first time, you see that there is actually on Deus's chest, there is actually a tattoo across or over his heart of an upside down trident that is black.
Oh.
And
Bro,
Olaf goes, oh yeah, that'll do it. Look at that shit. Jesus Christ, man, you got him tatted up on yourself?
What?
There is
Yeah.
still a lot of canvas.
oh, I don't think he can see it. He can only like sense
Oh
colors.
yeah, that's right. Can you detect magic, Deus?
Yes, it glows.
Yes, it glows.
Yeah, I can cast that.
Go ahead and cast it and look down at your bare chest.
Oh wow, look at this great sex. I mean, don't look at it, but I'm having great sex.
Right. So as you truth, you look down and sure shit, there is a black upside down trident tattooed on your bare chest.
When could they have... Is it...
I don't look, man.
He goes back to his clothes and pulls out a dagger,
Right?
and he attempts to carve the skin off.
Okay. Roll a d4.
Ow.
As you take 4 points of damage for the initial from a dagger, as you're beginning to pierce yourself trying to carve that flap of skin off. Roll me
Fucking
one more
gross,
d4 and you'll get a flap halfway off of your skin.
Another.
Yeah, give me one more d4.
Can I use the help action? Whoa, damn.
Oh shit. So yes, you take 8 points of damage as you peel the skin off underneath your layer of skin. That muscle looks as if it is tattooed. He goes, oh, I see what this is. Oh, hey, Deus. Question. Are you a warlock?
No.
Because that's the mark of a patron. And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
That fucking shadow asshole.
You're fucked.